Joe listed all the things this weekend, which is great. Stay busy, have fun. I don't think I heard the Super Bowl.
No, you're not interested. He's not interested.
He's not watching the Super Bowl. Okay, no, that's fair, man. To each their own. I'm watching the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll. I haven't even looked at the prop bets, so I can't even say anything like what do I like, what do I not like.
Yeah,
but, I like the Chiefs. There you go. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think
I don't even know. I don't know what the over/under is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think 47.
What am I hearing in my? Oh, shoot! I have my YouTube. I'm hearing the ad for the stream. I'm like, what is going on in the news source?
Make sure. I mean, we're close to 500,000 subscribers. People gotta.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
What else is new? Okay, so we have Tesla. The only position we have on right now is short. It's $4. It's not 1. It's not 2. It's not even 3. It's $4 right now in the money on this trade. So we'll see. We did get like partly stopped out of some of our trade there when it broke through the high of the day. We should have just waited for VWAP, to be honest with you. But look, short, whap, 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 whap. But so far so good to the downside there for Tesla. We had started the day trying to go long. Sorry, trying to go short. Then we went long. Then it lost 370. Then we went short. Then we got stopped. Then it was. So a nice little roller coaster up and down and starting to cover right now into the day's low again for Tesla. Again, you don't want to be wrong into the close. We've seen Tesla really ramp itself up, but we're nowhere near VWAP right now. We're nowhere near the 50-period moving average. And in fact, it's roller coaster ride downside right now. I'm leaning towards the short side of this market, and we'll just wait to see. We have lots to talk about, man. Elf Cosmetics, NVIDIA, Palantir. We got stopped out here of our last little piece right there as we break through the 200-period moving average. But, oh, boy, was that a trade there on Palantir today as well, reaching all-time highs one more time, Neil, at 116.
No, I laugh when you say all-time highs because...
It's like every day, right?
Yeah, well, but like it's not just the everyday. It's like multiple times in the day. Like it did an all-time high at Palantir did an all-time high at 936. 948, 940. You see what I'm like? Every one of these little wicks, fresh highs, like so many moves. I'd like to see it revert off of VWAP as well here on Palantir. Like, show me a stock. Actually, legitimately, how many stocks are green on the day, trending up and holding VWAP right now? Palantir, maybe Uber probably.
Oh, here, I can see it.
Yeah, you know what?
Uber is really nice, man.
No, Uber, yes. Bill Ackman.
It's a firm. It's Uber. It's SMR. SMR is huge.
SMR.
SMR 6%, 8%. SMCI 5%. Alibaba 4%. Coinbase 3%. Palantir 3%. Roblox 2%. XOM 1. Oracle 1. IBIT 1. Meta 1.
Hold on a second. Why is SMCI up?
I'm not sure. What?
I don't know.
I was just reading them all.
That's a surprising one to me.
Like, Starbucks up. That should not be a surprise.
NVIDIA's down. SMCI.
And once again, Netflix, all-time highs. One more time for Netflix.
Go Netflix.
This was one that we talked about on that day that we had off. And I was just like, I like Netflix. I like what they were bringing to the game. And since then, man, oh boy, did we have a huge move off earnings. Nice move for Netflix. Straight to the upside into new uncharted territories. Wait for split on this one. Netflix has a split on it for sure. Next quarter. I don't know. Maybe it's like traditionally, maybe they split third or fourth quarter. I don't know what that stat is, but I would think that Netflix, again, just to get into the name for options and things like that, and just make it easier for Wall Street bets and all that to trade this. Yeah, I mean, I think you can go 20 to 1, bring this thing down to $50.
I don't get why it hasn't happened. Why hasn't it happened already?
Well, because some CEOs don't really care, honestly. It's the board's decision, and they're just like, things are working out. We'll just keep it the way it is.
Ooh.
And it worked out, man. It worked out. Like Amazon was $4,000 or something at one point. Google was a rocket ship as well before they split. NVIDIA was
Broadcom too.
1,800. Yeah, Broadcom.
Chipotle.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, you know, it's just gonna go up and down. But that's another name. And then Uber today with Bill. Thing is, like, now we at least know that Bill Ackman's watching the show, you know, because we talked about building into an Uber position. Of course, when I announced that we're building into an Uber position, the stock goes down. But when Bill Ackman announces that he's building into a position,
it must be nice.
It goes all the way up. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not fair.
What's his name? It gets to do that too.
Josh Brown.
Josh Brown. You know, that CNBC bounce, sometimes that's what we call it. Like, they'll talk about it in the middle of the day, and it's like perfectly timed because it always happens the lowest, like the light volume midday. They're not making those announcements like 9:30 in the rush where there's more liquidity and it wouldn't happen. It gives you those perfect time moves, which is what it is.
Come on, Tesla.
We got a super chat. This one's for you.
One's for you.
Drew, what's for you? Drew.
Oh, for me.
Drew P.
Don't do it, Neil.
Drew P. Bow.
You almost got me.
Drew P. Bow.
You almost had me. Usually I read it first and then I would say it.
Just say Drew P. That's enough.
Yeah, Drew P. Made almost 500 from the elf on the shelf. Much appreciated. Beers on me. Tell Sharif I said hi. Actually, there will be something that gets bought on the grad party.
Oh, good. Right there, Elf. Yeah, you're welcome for that one. There's $64. You made 5 bills. That's exactly what we're here for, man. There it is. Nice move. We got a piece, like we didn't get out all at 73, but we only had 10% left. So this is still my P&L #1 today. So congratulations to Drew on that play. But guess what else is printing right now? We have a position on Tesla, which is still $4 and going lower into the low of the day right now. Tesla's low of the day, 366.30. And right there, so we take another piece out right there on Tesla. We in the building. It's Friday night, and we're feeling aight right now.
Sharif.
Yeah, 500,000 subscribers. Thank you to Rob also for everything. Like, we wouldn't be able to be at 500,000 subscribers if we didn't have the support and everything, you know, from the IT department, from the tech department. I mean,
Mark, Rob, Andy.
Neil continuously watching maybe possibly inappropriate videos. Your thing
All
keeps
the time,
going
man.
high CPU usage, and we had to get Rob involved on that one. So nice one, Neil. For
What was
that.
I watching this afternoon? No.
I mean, if you want, if you want to discuss it.
No, all I watched was the trailer for the new Jurassic Park. That's the only thing I watched on YouTube. Which actually, let's go with Johansson. I'll probably watch that. Let's go to Sharif. Oh, wait a minute. $4.99?
$5.
Let's do it. We need to get to 500,000. Would be amazing to do that before the weekend, everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Oh, boy.
Oh, easy.
Welcome, everyone, to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Neil and Sean, they're ready to go, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get your ticker up there is to join Joe and I on the How to Trade midday show and get into that chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. But you got to be a subscriber, so hit that subscribe button and help us get to 500,000. We'll throw it right back to the community. All right, guys, let's have a look at the major averages. They're all in red territory without exception. We have the ES down 0.84, the NQ down more than 1%, about 1.1%. The Dow faring the best of the three over here, 0.9, and the Russell 2000 a bit of a tougher day for small caps, down 1 1/4. Let's look though at the first ticker as decided by you guys, NVIDIA. So this one was flat the majority of the midday show, right around that 129 area. It's down now 1/3% with the market coming down. No specific catalyst on this one, guys, but we're all ears for these earnings reports to see if the CapEx continuing to be spent on AI continues now that DeepSeek's kind of thrown that curveball to everybody.
The DeepSeek dive on NVIDIA. Look, NVIDIA started out like it was every single day this week, where it was a long. Every day it's been a long. It was dips in the pre-market. It was breakout. And then we lost VWAP. I tried it multiple times off. VWAP was red. It was my worst stock. We flipped into some shorts. Eventually, we shorted it. And now it's right back underneath. So it was strong. There's that curl. I went into AMD maybe not at this moment. AMD was at VWAP. This was over VWAP. But now got to think short on NVIDIA. It's red in the afternoon, which is different for it this week. You know, we just haven't really seen this. It's also a fail of the 130 level. That was a big level that we liked to fill in this gap. So you failed the top of this 130, and I think you're looking for shorts, Randy. So into VWAP, we'll look for a short. I'm in AMD, which is a little different. Like AMD's a little bit lower, like broke down, and then just sort of holding a lower high at 108.5, down a couple of points here. Randy with the coffee. I'm gonna need a tea. It's really cold in here.
Yeah, tea. Okay, I'm just putting in a stop order here at 367.50. We're $5 in the money now, short there on Tesla. Okay. NVIDIA. Randy and Sharif almost got into a fight earlier. So
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, that would have been great. But you know, no, it would have been great, but it would have been fun. All right, so yeah, look, I mean, NVIDIA was good until that news, and then I left it alone. So I was actually talking with the guy over there in the algo room, and he actually was on this pretty much the same trade here with me. But yeah, NVIDIA was breaking higher. It was working. We had dip bought it into the 200 period, was working. We did get stopped out right there before realizing that the 200 period was right there. Sometimes I put these stop orders in and then like, not forget about the trade, but we're working on so many other ones. At the end of the day, right there, 10:05 or whatever, was tariff announcement there by Trump that they were going to be retroactive. I have to, like, we have to get more stories. Join Adair and I,
so crazy.
yeah, on the recap show. We'll try to discuss all of the reciprocal. That's what it was. Thanks, Adair. Tariff there. So, anyways, at the end of the day, that's the move down, and we did not rebuy it. I like this level, and it's just funny that we wrote down here NVIDIA, the low of the day. This note was made at 8:30 or earlier than that, and it says here 127 to 127.50 for NVIDIA. So, yep, wins again. Long story short, NVIDIA, good stock, nice one, only down 0.5, relatively bad. Strong, yeah. But I'm looking short.
Yeah, the Nasdaq's way worse.
Yeah, that's it.
This is definitely a counter move, guys, here, bucking the trend with the overall market. Uber taking out $76, is kind of back into 75 now. We're almost up 10%. Down to about 7 1/3. Here's the headline. Midday, we got word that Bill Ackman made bullish comments on the stock and announced that he bought 33.3 million shares of Uber. We've been talking about Uber for a while. They've defended that $60 area. It did report. It did drop after the report, but I think it's well past above that high. Something's going on with Roblox. What's up, Neil?
So I haven't heard any news. I just volume spike on Roblox through VWAP. That's all. I got to restart, but bit of a drop here. $1.50 down on Roblox. This just happened a couple of minutes ago. It doesn't look like it's only a technical thing, but I still haven't seen any news on it. We'll keep our ears to the ground. I actually saw in the chat someone's like, "How does it dare get the news so fast?" We have multiple news services at the big desk up there.
Twitter. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Yeah, you have
everything open.
You have to have everything open. Like basically every possible news source open so that you can have it all and then just be focused on bringing it. That's why you're in the right place if you're looking for the moves. I mean, we're going to see the price action on Roblox before we even get a story and know that there's something up there. Uber is who we're supposed to have been talking about. I wanted to make sure we saw that on Roblox, which, I don't know, I feel like there's a buying opportunity down there if it gets back to the 50 level. That's a different story. Okay, so Uber, I got wicked out of Uber, and if you get wicked out at a low, you should get back in. If you get wicked out at a high, you should get back in. So it did a trend reversion, and I got a really bad entry, so I wasn't a huge fan of that. Like ideally, I'd be long in here, underneath 50. I ended up chasing it all the way at like 80s. It then wicked the resistance level. I'm like, okay, let's jump out. And of course, like 5 minutes after, or like 10 minutes after, that's when the Bill Ackman thing hit. I was already out of the position, and then getting back in when I thought we'd pull back to this level. Well, after the Ackman news, that was it. You weren't getting that price. Uber's been absolutely on a tear. I think when you look at this, as long as it holds $74, all good today. It could pull back with the market, and if 74, maybe even 73, 74. Can hold on, which is around VWAP there, or the earlier support, I think you're good to go. This is the stock that I'd be looking to short this afternoon. NVIDIA looks a little bit weak. I'd probably short some pops on NVIDIA. But Uber, if we bounce off the lows, if anything, look for a mean reversion. Like if it just trends down into VWAP, catch the bounce.
Roblox, yeah, I know we're not talking. Roblox is part of an active. I mean, it's our show.
Come on.
I'll go silent right now for a long time. People might even like that, actually. We are bidding right here, 365.56 right now on Tesla. It is the absolute low of the day right now. We're bidding the low of the day to get out of 10% more of what we have. It is a $5 winner right now. Yeah, no, Roblox just, we're hearing it right now. So there is some sort of an investigation. SEC confirming Roblox is involved in an active investigation. So we'll have to wait. SEC. Okay, so I don't know why Securities and Exchange Commission would be worried about this. Normally you're worried about, the FTC or whatever, like
Exactly.
especially with video games and things like that, electronics and whatnot. But there it is. Oh boy.
Or like the DOJ
We
for stuff.
get, yeah, there it is, man. It is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a $5 winner on Tesla right there. We're going to talk about it next. So we'll just chill out with that. Shout out to everybody out there. Like we said, man, Bill Ackman, obviously watching the show. We've been championing Uber since $60. We've been buying it since 80. Our average price is finally in the money, about that, just over 10% right now. Nice move there on Uber. Pretty much all today. Ackman comes in. He likes the stock. I like the stock, and I'm in the name. And I was thinking to get something out around 80. With this news, definitely when there's an activist in there, they will dump their shares. Of course, because this is what they're doing. They get long, then they pump it up. They go on shows, they pump it up. We've told you from day one that the market's rigged. So there you go, as another example. We'll wait to see. I feel like $80 would be a smart level. I'll probably get out of a quarter there and then see if we can make new highs. I like Uber. I don't want to get out of it, but I don't want it to be a huge piece of the portfolio. But yeah, Uber, good name there. I like it. I like the stock. And we'll continue to look at Uber as the show goes on, especially on a VWAP dip buy. We've really held it this whole day. I mean, VWAP did not break at all. So SEC just now confirming that. So the Bloomberg company has faced questions about,
Player data?
company has facing problems about reported player data. Okay.
So they don't like the
Anyways, Roblox down 1%. So yeah, how the mighty have fallen once again. But they were down yesterday, huge.
Remember, it's $16 from the low on the earnings yesterday.
Yeah. But maybe those earnings are maybe now they're in question, right? I mean, if we're going to start questioning daily active users or whatever that was right now. But it don't matter because it's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, Neil. It's not 4. Neil, you might think it's $5 in the money, but then that would be wrong as well. Now it's $6 right now in the money. As this Tesla short, we flipped up on that short, man. We talked about short early. We decided to go long. We flipped it on its head, and there it goes right to the downside. Tesla be paying right now as we go to the downside. So there's a little look at the stock. Let's go hear the story from our guy over there on the green screen.
11.5% decline, Sean, in sales year over year. That is Chinese sales, obviously. At the same time, BYD, which makes both electric or strictly electric and hybrid vehicles, is up 47.5% year over year there. So you can kind of see the cyclicality of that, Sean. And as I don't need to tell you, you're in the short. We're already down 2.5%.
Fill right there. We got 66s, so we just get filled at the low of the day. The low of the day is 61. All right, so look, we like Tesla short to begin with. It's written on the sticky note. I didn't, or maybe it's not. We did talk about it earlier. No, it's not. Palantir, NVIDIA, ELF. Thank you so much for that super chat on ELF, man. I mean, making $500 on that is pretty sweet, so I want to thank you for that. All right, so anyways, at the end of the day here, let me show you, it must have been this reason why. We like the short rate into here. I talked about this little level of 375. As you can see, we ran that 375 pretty easily up to 380. We're not short the top, but once it came back in and underneath the 200, we started going with it. We had lost long. Now let's go back over to see exactly how we traded it. So there's the stop out there. We're flat on Tesla at this point. We're red on it, but we were talking about it. It was a cup of coffee, no problem. Then it came in, we went long, and it was a really great trade up to VWAP. Then we tried the long on 370. It does not hold 370. The minute it does not hold 370, we start to go short. Make money, stopped out on the 50 period, make money. No stop outs, no stop outs, no stop outs, make money, make money. Stopped out at the high break of only half of our trade. I'll have to look back at the percentage. It could have been a quarter, but half of the trade there stopped out, and then come back to it and notice this. So the key takeaway for me on this Tesla is when you're averaging into the 200 period, these are 370, 370, 50. Like there's an in right there at 371. There's an in at 371. That stop out, although absolutely brutal, of 371 and a quarter, that is like 50 cents, right? And so when you're whoops like that, as long as you're holding something, you're probably either at least covering up your mistake there and or banking a whole crap ton on the way back down. So this is going to be a good one for me there on Tesla here today. With holding on to this short, I want to be short into the close. We talked about the market just fading off. VWAP held today perfectly. The 50 period's very aggressive. And then we'll start talking a little bit about our TQ's positions and whatnot when we go over the futures, but over to Neil now.
Nothing to add on Tesla, just a great trade there and an opportunity here on the NASDAQ with Hive Digital Technologies, HIVE on the NASDAQ, pioneering the digital transformation through sustainable AI solutions and Bitcoin mining, a global leader in cutting-edge data center operations with over 2,700 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Hive consistently tops the industry in Bitcoin mined per exahash and is redefining the future by powering the world's most transformative technologies with efficient, green, and clean energy. Learn more by following them at Hive Digital Tech or at hivedigitaltech.com and sign up for the Hive newsletter for updates. Scan that QR code you see in front of you if you're interested in learning more. Amazon missed? Did they? Did it though?
Did it?
Kind of did. Kind of did. There was a trader who used to, like, no matter what you said, he would just be like, really? He'd be like, oh, stock X just went up like $1. Did it though? Did it really? And it's just, after a while, you're like, okay. I'll have to taste out your mouth. No, well, let's go to Amazon. They did. I mean, whatever.
Did you though?
Did we? Did it really?
All right, guys, so here's what happened. It was the guide. The revenue guide was below expectations. We also had a bit of a miss on AWS's revenue, despite the fact that they grew year over year. Percentage-wise, their growth rate was higher than expected, but revenue did miss. They also have about a $2.1 billion Forex currency headwind as they convert some of their currency from overseas back into US dollars, with the strength of the US dollar really hurting them there. But I don't know, guys, we're coming on to lows. We've tested this level before. Can we see a flat bottom break?
I hope not. What? Oh.
Dude,
Tesla's literally could have hit
almost
the
$10.
same button too.
You had one job, Rampant.
They're hating on Ramin right now.
I won't take. I mean, Joe.
What's the big
Joe better
deal?
watch out, man. I'm just saying, like.
Yo, dude.
Joe, yeah, Joe's now hating on Ramin.
Wow.
Like a lot of Sharif is rubbing off on you, my guy. You better watch out for my girl over there because, straight up,
Dump it.
I did it last time. I didn't get the assignment this time. Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
It's hitting the. I mean, whatever.
That was some good tuna, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna, All right, $7.
How come you always get to? Yeah, whatever. No.
Exactly. That's the thing. Watch out. What was that, Ramin? Steals?
It was better than the chicken.
Steals?
Better than the chicken.
Oh my God.
The tuna.
Is
The
it
tuna
called
on your.
stealing when it's like, hey, whenever there's tuna, you can just take
For the
it?
record,
Is that stealing?
I watched you go up there, negotiate with Ramin, who trades it.
I'm on
willingly
Sharif's side now.
for the tuna. The tuna on the salad is like cigarettes in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the currency up in here.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey,
We'll do it live.
yo, easy, yo, easy.
She's lost her way. The only problem with wearing this is that they're polarized. I can't see my screens now.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh man, I
Actually,
don't need to see these
that's the
screens. Just
problem
wake me
with
up at
these.
360 Tesla. But anyways, oh yeah.
When I wear these, like some of my level 2, because I have the old colors from like 20 years ago, and one of the levels on the level 2 is like a blue that I can't, so now I can't read like that level. See that one? It's a dark blue.
We better change that.
Which I could change it, but I don't wear this enough. Amazon could flat bottom break, but we kind of said this morning, I don't think Amazon's gonna be the trade. You probably, look, there was a short, but that was when news dropped, so that was it, and it's somewhat of an inside day. I think you gotta let Amazon settle down for a couple here. Let it settle for a day or two. The 50 period has been a good support level for Amazon since what? Oh, it's actually September 11th.
Punched up more Tesla.
So yeah, I like the 50 period on Amazon. I think you let it settle for a couple of days. It's down here at that 225. And just let it flow. Like it's not as bad as Alphabet, but we knew if they missed on the cloud, we knew this was gonna happen. It was gonna be down if they didn't have a good number on cloud. It was that simple.
Yeah, I mean, down 4%, that kind of sucks. I mean, we like Amazon. It's a good holding. I think you take advantage of that. I would let this all settle down. We just punched out some more Tesla right now. It's just like with this whole tariff talk, I don't think any big cap tech is really in danger as far as any of that is concerned. I mean, we got to watch out for the US dollar possible move, as well as we repatriate money back in for names like Google and Microsoft and Apple and all that. Amazon, just again, it was such a great move in the last let's call it 6 weeks, I guess. Nice upside move there. So I'm not surprised that it pulled back. We had made this sort of call. I said yesterday that it was setting up to be exactly like Google. The chart of Google and Amazon are almost identical off earnings, where they made that high, they bounced off the 50. Google and Amazon almost look identical, actually. Right there, bounced off the 50 period, started making new highs, started barcoding, and then lost one of their metrics, right? And so downside, because you have to be perfect if you're going to do that. So right now, Google, again, it was just set up for perfection. That's basically all that it is, and it's just it wasn't perfect. Okay, so you're going to see the same thing here. So here's Google off the 50 period. Here it is making new highs and barcoding up there, and then whoops, right back down to the 50 period moving average. So very, very similar to that of Amazon. And I think the writing was on the wall. We saw Microsoft miss, we saw Google miss, and now we see Amazon miss in the cloud. And then a name that we didn't even get to that Sharif and I, we were all over this last night, or maybe it was a couple nights ago with Cloudflare. I can't remember what.
Yes.
It was last night. So this name, again, is kind of going the other way. So it's not like it's all bad. It's just what were the expectations. Some of these littler known players are kind of flying under the radar right now. Okay. Ramin just mentioned that Trump is around and doing a few things here with the Japanese Prime Minister, so we'll figure out what's going on there, especially if we're looking at a Nippon Steel, United States Steel deal. So that's $40 not moving around right now. Okay, SMCI one more time, and then we'll start talking random stuff.
Yeah, another good day for SMCI, Sean. It was up yesterday, it was up the day before, up again today. There's no headline. There hasn't been a headline for the last couple of days. This is from Wednesday, and I think it's running off this. It continues to run off this. They did announce the full production of the NVIDIA Blackwell rack scale solutions with the NVIDIA B200. That is the Blackwell processor that we're all waiting for. There's been some speculation about delays and demand with DeepSeek coming out, but guys, the market's not buying that narrative. SMCI up again today.
SMCI is having a really good week. This is the problem. Like, when Palantir is having a Palantir week and NVIDIA is having a good week and the market's today notwithstanding, and the market's having a pretty good day, usually it gets a little better than this. But yeah, wow, just a continuation for SMCI. They've said they're going to report numbers next week on the 12th, I believe. So there's a lot that this could do to the upside. I know this is not split adjusted. There's a lot that it could do if we break away from this 50-period moving average, just even a small size gap retracement. Like remember how much it's got woodshedded from those highs. So it's not ridiculous if they were to have a good number that you could get a good breakout. Nice trend, no questions asked, and probably would have been worth paying a little more attention to SMCI. I know we went over and finally looked at Uber, and that's been ridiculously strong and trending up. Palantir has been, although Palantir just lost VWAP. But SMCI having a really good day. I'm not necessarily a huge fan. The other day, someone asked us, what do you like better, for a short-term play? And it was like Intel or SMCI. And I was like, well, if you buy Intel, if I were to buy Intel, I know I could stop out at the low of the day. But with SMCI, I'm like, well, what happens if they delay their earnings again next week? You're down 20-something%.
Right.
So that was just my fear from a risk to reward. It's just not the chip name that I'd be a buyer of on dips. To me, it's NVIDIA.
Oh, you're done? Okay, yeah.
I did that on purpose. To me, it's NVIDIA, and I was like, should I name another one? No, you could. Broadcom's a good stock. I still like. I liked ASML better before all of this back and forth rhetoric with, all the tariffs and all that stuff. But I think they're a good company too. Yep. I like ARM, but.
Yeah, I know. I think ARM's good because it's a little bit of a different play. It's not like a pure play into the chips, right? So I could definitely. Thank you, Sharif. That was a contested situation there during the midday when we had Sharif v. Randy.
Well, I missed the whole thing.
It was nothing. He just kept on assaulting him, and then Sharif's like, you do it one more time, there's going to be a problem, and then he stopped. So I actually told Randy, I'm like, you better stop doing that ASAP because, I'm right here. I don't need to get involved with this because, Sharif doesn't want any of this smoke. All right, so really, Randy.
Oh, so this is
we have a super chat here. So I wanted to get to this, actually. So Joe is excited for this. I don't know if he should be or not, but...
Joe would get his butt whooped.
So is there, or has there been, and Sharif is still here right now, has there been a push-up challenge between Joey Options and Sharif? I think both may be down for that. I don't know, but I know there was one between Neil, the Sally Upside.
Whoa, Look, man, I'm like, we'll both do the bring Sally up challenge. I had no expectation of beating Sharif in the bring Sally up
What
challenge.
does beating mean? But what is a push-up challenge would just mean, hey, okay, good, we're all here. All right, but these guys, of course, these smart guys on the side here, they know they're on, but they're not. They don't have their
Get a
mics
mic.
on, of course.
Put on a mic, and then you
put
guys
on the
come-
mic, man. I didn't talk
No,
to you
I'm just saying, like, Sharif completed the bring Sally up challenge, which is completely insane. Anybody that doesn't know what the bring Sally up challenge is, by the way, the market continues to flush. Palantir is going through VWAP. The Nasdaq's at fresh lows of the day. Tesla's probably a bajillion in the money. I'm getting out of an AMD down here at the 107. No, but the bring Sally up challenge, it's like a cadence in a song where like you do push-ups, and then bring Sally up, you're up, and the down, you hold it, and then there's like 5 or 6 times where you have to hold it in the down position, and your chest doesn't hit the ground. It's 30 push-ups. All I gotta say is this, David Goggins did this, you can watch. David Goggins did it and was like, that's hard. So I knew when I tried it that I couldn't complete it, and Sharif is a bit of a beast. Joe, you don't want any of that smoke. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, Goggins
I'm all about Joe here. I'm all about Joe.
has nothing on me.
I'll bet you asserts. I bet you.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it live. 500K. 500K, maybe we'll get it done.
He's doing his
Bang.
push-ups at night. I'm doing them in the morning. I think that's a fair deal. It's not like one of us is taking it off. Let's put this money on the table. We already have.
Hold on, wait, what are you doing at night?
You can do it right here, right now.
No, let's just double up the other.
We're doing it live.
You do it right
doing it
here,
live,
right
man.
now.
We're doing it
Do it
live.
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 All right.
Hey, what
right
is-
here. Go.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Well, I did them right there on that dirty stage. What's wrong with
It doesn't
that?
matter the environment, really, Neil.
Right, exactly. This is my guy. This is my guy right now.
Okay. Now we're
It doesn't
talking.
even matter where it is.
we're
Anytime, any
talking.
place.
Anytime, anywhere. That's right. Okay, so here we go, man. Okay, so they want to raise $100 in super chats. Thank you so much to Real, Tony Barnes, right here, Sharif and Joe. There's the $20. Let's get it going. And then we'll just celebrate with the money afterwards. I don't know what we'll do, but maybe we'll pour some champagne on Joe's head when he wins or something like that. So we can get that all figured out. Thank you so much for everything there. The Real Tony Barnes. We've got these guys all ramped up, man. We do it live.
Better win, Sharif.
Yeah.
We should have a side bet.
Sharif's trying to figure it out right now. That's the thing. So now we've got heated moments.
Joe's very confident. I admire the confidence for sure.
I think Joe wins.
Joe's confident is all heck, man. Mike?
Right.
So
perfect.
here we go. So
Yeah,
what we'll
exactly.
do, anything we get for the push-up challenge for super chats, we're gonna donate to a charity. And how about it goes?
Right.
How about the winner gets to pick? So Joe can pick. If he wins, then he can pick the charity, and if Sharif wins, he can pick the charity. I think that's a great idea. We're all about that.
It's you got to Venmo it to Ramin, and then we'll deposit it
That's
into,
one way to do it.
into the charity
That's one way to do it.
of choice.
Oh goodness.
Okay, that should be fun. So we don't have to super chat anything right now. We'll prepare something. We'll get it like officially
let us-
done. That way we can do that because obviously donating to a charity, and I bet you we can get Real Trading to help sponsor that.
Well, we can do that. I think we can do that.
Oh yeah, we'll just keep adding them up.
Yeah, we can add.
Yeah. So anybody that super chats, these guys are getting excited about the $10 here, but I mean it is really nice. Thank you so much, Nimrod as well, and D Loaf going off right now as well. So we are super excited for that. We will get something official. We'll start adding it all up. We'll keep a running total, and then we'll get like a little. Maybe like a flyer or something that we can tweet out or whatever, and then we'll get people to watch. Yep. Along with the 500,000, you don't get 500,000 subscribers. None of this is happening. So that's the whole thing, man. We do it. Was it well said? I don't know. Okay, so here
Well, it was said.
It was said. Yeah, it was said.
That's for sure. It was
well said. I don't know, but okay. So what's been well traded was Tesla to the downside. I'm only holding one position right now. We could get back into ELF. I was actually thinking, but that shelf right now broke, and we wrote this down. This was a big trade for me today. It was 64 long. It still remains my P&L number one. So, and that was really early. That was like right off the jump. We actually called this on the super chat. It was a great trade. And then now it's just kind of faded out a little bit back into the VWAP. And then there it goes, right? Even despite it being a bad day for ELF, you still get that VWAP, right? There's the VWAP hold. There's the bounce. We talked about the flush early. It does come through, so that's nice. But since then, though, I mean, if you're looking at this, there was the next trade. The only problem with that is a lot of traders looking at VWAP. You could see it's the biggest volume candle of the whole afternoon happened once we broke through VWAP. Then you got that. That's like, this is a great signal there to go long if you can see that exhaustion wick, but often those are almost impossible to see real time. So okay, so we are just moments away. We're at 499,000, couple away right there. But then we still have 1,000 after that. It'd be great.
We could do it.
It'd be great to get it today. I mean, I think we can do that. How many do we have watching? Like, how many of you watching are actually subscribers right now? We have 5,000 watching. If you're not a subscriber, just hit it because we're getting very, very close. We will have the live tracker up soon at some point, or at least we'll throw to it every once in a while and get that going. So we want to thank everybody again for supporting the show, and we'll get that 500,000 rocking and rolling stat. Palantir ain't waiting for anybody either. I mean, another 2.5% today. Does touch out at 116. What a great level that was. But right now you are underneath everything. I can't love the long until we get back into some support, which would be 112 or so, and into the Friday afternoon sort of potential, I don't know, like we just got flushed. Like, I mean, is Trump, I guess at any time, anything can get said. I mean, he just said randomly the other day that they were taking over Gaza or whatever. Like, okay, so there is 490, so there, as we continue to go.
499.
Yeah, it's like it's on sale today. 499.99. So get that going.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, get that going. Thank you so much to everybody. Only one more 1,000 to go. If you have not hit the like button, please do it, and the subscribe as we go. But I was just saying, like, at any time, anything can happen. At any time.
What happened?
So, what happened? So we'll just have to wait and keep our ears to the ground. That's one of the things that, again, we want to thank everybody again for subscribing, but we have a Dara at the desk. It's been like a big, Brendan used to do that. Now he's working as executive producer. So we have Dara right now running the show during the day, and it was all part of the plan. Dara came, with limited, market knowledge and trading. Never done that before. We got her. We got her in front of you guys. We got her trading, understanding market moves, with all the work that she's put in, understanding how news affects different stocks and so on and so forth. If there's anything ever important, she'll try to get it. But I think nowadays the importance, Trump says this, that's probably
if he's
something.
Speaking, you got to be ready for it. You just never know, and make sure you have stops out there. If you don't trade with stops in this environment, you're going to be in a world of hurt because moment to moment, like. It's not Trump related, but look at Roblox, right? Like if you were trading Roblox today, you were just winning and printing long.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
Higher low, higher low, higher high, the whole morning. One news story drops, it breaks trend, and now in $3, now you're red, 3% on Roblox. It actually just broke the low of the day and is trying to turn here. So Roblox did have
I want to shout out Daryl.
Investigation.
He had posted.
Yeah, shout out to actually Daryl's.
I didn't know if you saw it. No, he had posted about he had heard that story there and had gone short. So Daryl flinched in the chat.
Daryl had the short in Roblox? Nice.
Well, he put it in the chat. I wasn't sure if he had it before the news or if he heard it here. But what I was getting to is that's the whole point is that story came through, was given to you, and there's the breakdown. We talked about that it was an SEC. I mean, I got in trouble from Ramin because I didn't say something for about, I think it was 3.5 seconds, and we got in trouble for it. But at the end of the day, it was giving you guys the news that Roblox continued to go to the downside. So I'm glad that we were able to do that. But there it goes. People are saying that Palantir is back to VWAP. I don't think so.
It is. It just broke back above VWAP.
I just typed in VWAP. You see that?
I do the same thing. It's how the human brain works, man. Like if you're sitting there and we're talking live, and I say something live or you say something, I'll type the wrong symbol. Like I did it with Palantir and
oh yeah, I saw that.
We're right back into VWAP. Yeah. When we lost VWAP, I was thinking about the missed opportunity at 111.50. I can't bring myself. It's not that. I don't want to be short Palantir this week. Like it's just sticking with the long on this stock. Like there's a very good reason why. Like every single day this week, more or less. Not every day. Like you couldn't have done much on this day, but there were great longs, and even like the day before the ramp, you could have been long off the dip at 78. So it's just been good. It's just a good
366.
Stock. I did just trail out there on AMD, so let me just quickly show you. It was the only thing I was left in, and sort of trended down off of VWAP. I had it 3 times today, 1, 4, 3 on AMD. Thankfully, it'll at least be green because sometimes it'd be like that when you get the wick out, but if it goes to VWAP again, just short it again. If we get back to VWAP, I'd probably short it a third time or fourth time, I suppose, on AMD. But yeah, Palantir, maybe we are gonna go long again. Why not? If you can break trend or maybe just consolidate over VWAP, market's trying to make a low and it's up 3%. You're not worried about going against the grain here necessarily on Palantir, but it's gotta hold VWAP. That's important because the market, I think, is pretty weak today.
Look, I tweet out some of the plays there as well. Oh, this is from yesterday. Oh, this is from somebody 5 hours ago. I like that one. Okay, so hold on a second here. I'm going to go to the profile. And just real quick, I want to show you yesterday's Palantir trade at the end of the day. I don't know. I might have not posted it. No, I did not. That's too bad. But yesterday, into the close for Palantir, yeah, okay, it's not there. All right, let's get out of there and go through. But let me just call up the chart just to show you that it doesn't, the time of day on this stock doesn't necessarily matter. We were wondering about this yesterday, and then this happened. It broke the day's high right there at 315. We had this whole move. Like this basically, like we topped off a big part of our day there yesterday with a very, very late day high break of Palantir that happened. Look at the volume come in there at the bottom at the end of the day. It came in droves in Palantir and just ripped this thing northbound for no reason at all. So not that, like no initial catalyst other than momentum, which is why we came in today and we put it right back on the list. And we wrote down 111 as a buy zone for Palantir today. And that's exactly like, come on. Like it's right here on the number one. And I know that we show this all the time. It's just because we get new viewers all the time. If you're looking for a resource, it might not be right all the time, but it's been right for a minute. And it's just been the sticky note. And we wrote down right there, Palantir 111 long, right? I mean, here's Palantir, here's 111s. All right, there's our ELF. We got a super chat there. Someone $500 they made. There's ELF $64 long on ELF. We wrote down there today, and I'm really proud of ELF, not just because the fact that we had it, but just because also the fact that what we wrote down on ELF was look for a break into that long support, then hold for 70, quick early. Like it literally says a quick early flush right there on ELF Cosmetics. So. Kablamo, right there, quick early flush. Kind of like the NFL here. Maybe the stock market is pre-written and pre-discussed, but nice move to the downside right there. All right, just quickly there as we go, we did put a stop in 50 period moving average. So we are now in. Trump said he's meeting on Monday or Tuesday about these reciprocal tariffs. So that was just in our ear now. So it looks like whatever reciprocal tariff talk there's been maybe over with for today. He wants to revisit this on Monday, get that good sleep and watch the Super Bowl and figure out what's going on with the tariffs there. But okay, so we are just getting out of our position. We haven't gotten out in about 20 minutes. We were going to use the 50 period moving average as a possible trend change. So out of half, if we break 365.50, out of half of what we have left, if we break 365.50, Miss Adara? Okay, Adara was muted, so we'll get that back to you in 1 second. So we just put that stop order in right now.
I can't hear you, sorry.
Okay, no problem. I just heard her there, so I think she's back now. Okay, so now she is good. Let's go back to Adara about more tariff talk.
Here we are, yeah, just to go over what this reciprocal tariff announcement was. Basically, he said they're going to be meeting, Trump said they'll be meeting regards to his reciprocal tariffs on Monday or Tuesday. Unclear who he's meeting with, but apparently after those meetings, there will be an announcement. Oh, sorry, specifically with Japan. So the reciprocal tariffs with regards to Japan, that meeting will happen on Monday or Tuesday, and then they'll have an announcement after that point. Also, U.S. Steel on watch here. There was a pause for volatility. What happened this a while ago, but it took a while here to get the full story. What happened was apparently he said that Japan is looking at an investment into U.S. Steel instead of a purchase. So I guess some updates here with regard to the Nippon Steel situation. Still a little bit unclear. If you missed it earlier today, Donald Trump said that he stands by his take, which is not allowing Nippon Steel to buy U.S. Steel for $14.1 billion. But then we had CBS reporting right after that Trump was actually considering allowing the sale to go through. So now it seems like if there isn't anything involved here, it'll be an investment and not a purchase. Back to you.
All right. So again, that's the best, right? I mean, we hear certain things in our ear, and then Dara will go over there and try to cover that for us. So I am bidding a piece of Tesla at 364 just in case. Roblox has been a talk of the town today so far, anyways. As we do get that downside push here for Roblox again, it is continuing. You never want the SEC looking into anything, especially after you've had just a horrible miss on your daily active users, and now they're questioning user count. That's what we heard. So that's a question mark for me anyways. Great trade there from Daryl and anybody there that had broke that news with us as well. What is crypto doing? So I'm gonna just look at Bitcoin. I have the number right there at 97,000, but right here on Coinbase, let me just, oops, that's the wrong thing. We got to go into here in the daily chart, and I'm just gonna get up a 1 minute chart and figure out what exactly Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, so that's what we thought. Nice move in for Bitcoin, 97 and change. Just wondering if it's getting to a spot where it's time to buy a little bit now. If you're getting, I don't want to say like this is the spot by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, we had sort of dipped into these areas before 94, 93, 92. So it's like if you're looking to, again, none of this is financial advice. We're just talking about trading, swing trading, and things that I'm interested in. Is like if you dip by into this 93, 94 area, it's not really going to matter within your $1,000. I mean, like what I try to do is if you just take away, you know, the O's from this and you look at it almost like a $97 stock, the volatility isn't that crazy in Bitcoin right now. If you look at a stock like Nvidia or even Meta or Tesla, things like that, you know, the charts look very much similar and or less dramatic in Bitcoin. So I would just say like this looks to be pretty good support until it's not. So I would be a buyer of the coin of Bit down here around 92 and then watch out for that little wick bottom of 89 break. Like if you buy 93s and you get out at 89, like 4% hit on Bitcoin isn't horrible in my opinion. But on Bitcoin. Yeah, so anyways, take it for what that's worth. Dara again.
Prime Minister Shiba here still having the press conference with Trump. It's like they're taking turns answering questions here. Excuse me. What happened here was X still on the move. Prime Minister Shiba said that, Japan or Nippon Steel will be investing in U.S. steel, not acquiring. It will be reciprocal because they'll be able to share with Japanese technology. So it seems more of a reciprocal, I guess, investment type situation with X is what Prime Minister Shiba is now saying about the ex-Nippon Steel situation. There's more questions, though, coming through about Nippon Steel right now, guys.
All right, so
that's what it's all about. Like, ultimately, I don't know what that's necessarily going to mean. I think if you want to invest in a steel company in the U.S., Nucor probably is a little bit less headline driven and has been the leader in the industry.
Yeah, but Nucor just got smoked.
I know, and it's down. Like all you keep hearing,
just literally right now. That's the thing.
Well, because I think this is going to be able to boost. It's going to boost them and then more competition. So I think like maybe you buy the safer one on value. But like obviously Nucor taking a bit of a pounding.
U.S. Steel's at $36. Like it was at $40 earlier. The steel's dropping pretty good right now. Anyways, go ahead about Palantir.
No, Palantir's trying to hold on to VWAP. So this is a bit of a higher low situation coming here on Palantir. There you go. Hold on to trend. Break out the top. Give to the trend line. And Palantir's made a new fresh high of the day in the afternoon every other day this week. So like, you know, if the last day of the week is the last time you do it is the time that it doesn't work, then that should be fine in trading. It's like if you buy like a support level, you know, all day long and it just keeps bouncing and you make money, you buy VWAP all day long and it keeps bouncing and you make money. Sometimes like the last time you do the trade, it doesn't work, but that's okay because you stuck with that particular idea. So I think I missed 2 chances on Palantir today. There's 1, there's 2. Didn't necessarily like that one for some. Oh yeah, right when we started at 2 o'clock, a lot of times we'll miss that trade. But if we hold on to this little bit of an uptrend that it's trying to put back in above VWAP, break out this prior bar, that's not where my order is. That's just where my limit price is crossed to if it breaks that local high. So Palantir, we're going to go for it, but it needs to break. If we don't hold this trend, we break down, all bets are off. I still want to get back into AMD if it gets to VWAP. Once, twice, 3 times, 180 and 108 and a third has held on AMD. If it gets to $180, then AMD has done something amazing. So if it gets to VWAP, we're just going to reload that And Drago saying, anyone else accumulating a ton of D-Wave? Not accumulating in my family, but my wife actually owns this stock. Believe it or not, it was a quantum play early in the year for us. She did really well with it. Somebody, when you look at a daily chart that looks like this is what we call accumulation. Right? Like it's just going sideways. It's a decent size range because it's like 50 cents to $1, so it's not nothing, but it is sideways action on QBTS, even though you get plenty of intraday volatility. So Palantir making a move, or at least attempting to. There's the break, and I didn't hit save on my trend line, but I mean, I know it was under the 420 level to be able to get the stop. And if it loses that, then it's right back into this little downward trend, in my opinion, and we look for another entry. Palantir is the kind of stock that I don't mind taking multiple longs on it, as you can obviously see.
Yeah. Love some Palantir, of course. All right, so is there any other names you guys want to discuss? I mean, we got filled there on Tesla. We told you we were bidding 364. There's the fill we're about to get out of now, a little bit more than half because we got that 364 fill. So again, here we go. If it breaks up through 365.50, we'll get out. It's 550 in the money. We just took another piece right there at 54. So a quarter out there, another half out right now, leaving us with a quarter. If this breaks through 365.50, we'll get out of half for the 550, and then we'll just hold a quarter of what we have left, which is not that much. We've already got out. Like most of our outs, look, we're happy. It's a good trade. But you guys know, and again, I was talking with some guys in the algo room. You know, whoopsies, that's the wrong line. But right into here, I guess I can get rid of this one. Line, remove. There we go. Yeah, right into here. So this area into past support. This is generally what we're doing, is getting out at past support levels. So then when it dripped down there, we'll take another dollar right there at 366.50, then down there to 365.50, then down there to 364.50. Like we kept on asking Neil, how many dollars is this in the money? Then it was 7, and then right down there, 364 flat, right? So this is basically $1.50 all the way down every time, and then now we'll wait to see about getting out there for 550. Drop the trade and move on from that, and then look for something else, right? I mean, we talked about SMR and some of these names really starting to get excited
it gave
again.
back though when I
oh, did it? Okay, because I'd gone up there when you were asking about what was.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Oh no, we bounced there. It had been giving back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the morning I didn't like. This is part of it, man. Like you got to really like realize these things. Like some of these names just start to go, and, and if you're not paying attention, it's.
I think especially on Fridays in this market. It's done it so many times. If you get an absolutely ridiculously good long off of the open, if it's 10 o'clock and you're staring and it's been an awesome morning, you know, like it just hasn't been the kind of market that you want to buy those tops. Like you want to make sure you bank that morning profit on the longs, on the big longs off of the open. Oops. And then you get these crazy reversions coming back in. So you always have to be careful with that. I feel like it's not the same kind of trending market to the long side. Nick Dub, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. You mind giving thoughts on Upstart? Bought some calls and on the back of a firm, tend to move together.
Well, that was a good one. I was thinking about those this morning. Remember, I was like PayPal.
Well, earnings on Monday for
Upstart was better though.
So were they before or after? I actually don't know if they're before or after market. Hopefully aftermarket. That would be a lot of fun because that's a great stock for some moves. Yeah, well, we talked about accumulation. What's going on here is sellers, and more sellers at 69. Oh, this would be a lot of fun for Upstart. It's a squeeze type name. What's the short float on Upstart? Usually, Nick, I know you like some squeeze names in there, so I'm sure it's got a, UPST, not USPT. 24% short float. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, I mean, with a firm beating, understandably, like this is going to, look, if they have a bad report, you know what, this thing is double digits to the downside. We all know that. But the upside potential, if it breaks out here and just squeezes, I think is to get into like the 80 to 85 zone. We've seen it go meme crazy before, but as far as like a risk reward trade, as a day trade, I mean, I can't see any way that I wouldn't be taking breakouts over 70 on this stock if we're staring that down next week. It's underneath the 50-period moving average. Generally speaking, I don't like that for an investment at all. But yeah, in terms of a bet, like you want there to be actual upside, which it clearly does. And a firm clearly was one here today, no question about it. Firm with a kind of, kind of failed this breakout. It got to 76 from breaking out the high, 73.5. It's still actually at the 52-week high right now. So there's a chance it could close at fresh highs. So that's what you're on the back of. Nothing wrong with that.
So you got to go follow right now at Trader TV Research. So TTV Research, this is an account that Adara's been running. And again, she just tagged basically all of the earnings next week. So Super Bowl on Sunday night, but earnings kind of bonanza and Super Bowl of earnings week again next week. But just look at these names here. So we got pre-market, post-market, again, Monday.com. For realmonday.com, okay, reporting on Monday. We got McDonald's there as well, Vertex. So really just McDonald's, you look at Astera Labs as well. And then Tuesday, again, get into some energy names with BP, and then you got Canada with Shopify. Coca-Cola, we'll see what's going on with some of the consumer names as well. And then Humana, Aftermarket, DoorDash. We'll see if there's anything going on there. We've seen Uber had a huge move to the upside. We don't talk enough about Uber Eats, but DoorDash, obviously its own little beast there. So we'll find out for that. And then I guess it's confirmed here, Adara, because there's Super Micro right there, post-market on Tuesday.
They confirmed something.
Okay, so Adara is saying, yeah, confirming that something's happening that day. So we'll wait for Super Micro. We're hoping that. And then there's Neil's Upstart, as we just talked about, Zillow, and then there's Lyft. I mean, next week is going to be a banger. Make sure you join us all next week for all of these names. I mean, I'm looking forward to this. Robinhood is there. I mean, forget about it. Reddit right there. Great name. One of our favorites, Palo Alto. Palo Alto is one of the oldest names I've owned, probably that and GE and all these things. I've never been into John Deere, but I do like that name. We've seen some problems with Moderna.
Yo, that stock's a serious problem.
Yeah, maybe we should look again at that stock. But yeah, a little bit of a problem right there as well. AbbVie with some headlines today, but Crocs. Anyways, there's DraftKings we like. Wow, Thursday next week. Ooh, that's going to be Twilio, Roku, Coinbase, Airbnb, DraftKings, Applied Materials, Palo Alto.
I mean, Wednesday, look, the whole week is big, but
go get that whole. I mean, this, first of all,
monster.
There used to be a page called, I think it was Earnings Whispers, but right now they're debating shutting down because, I mean, look at the quality of this right here. So thank you to Adara for all of that.
They whisper and Adara shouts.
Throwing that, yeah, exactly. So throwing that right there again. So shout out to Adara. All for the great work once again. But
I swear I hadn't even looked at the Moderna chart.
Right.
Fresh bottoms, fresh
RFK.
lows.
Yeah, fresh lows
again.
today. Is that the daily chart?
This is the daily chart on
Oh,
Moderna.
God.
No, and this actually doesn't do it justice because remember, this doesn't show you the 2022. I could, you know what?
I think it was 280.
There could be kids. There could be kids watching or something. I don't know. What
do you mean?
Just how nasty this chart is.
Oh, how nasty it is? Well,
no, it's
there's
bad.
Much nastier. I mean, don't let the kids look at the Upstart chart either. Then.
Oh, they're all really bad. But Moderna, that's a flat bottom break if I ever saw one at $30 on mRNA. Look, I get it. The technology has a lot of potential. I'm sure there's going to be a bounce. But you've got to know the difference between trying to catch a falling knife and be perfect off the lows or just get it when it can start holding. I don't care about holding the 50-period moving average. Consolidate off the 50-period moving average and break something out. Make a local high over the 50 and then break out that local high without losing it. That, to me, is more of a trend reversal there on mRNA. And we've seen it happen before. Stocks are able to do it and catch bottoms. You know, if you can sit there and guess, and I'm only going to bring this up because it's poignant in this moment, look at CGC. If you're yeah, baby, it's going, ACB reported, oops, right back into the lows. Again, let it hold a 50 period, make a high, and then break away from the high. That hasn't happened here. And not to pick on the weed names, but it's an obvious one there. Let's go back to Dara, I believe.
Yeah, thank you, Sean, for shouting out TTV Research on X. We're putting out graphics. I have a couple about Palantir in the works right now. In the meantime, I just want to let you guys know we have actually basically had this meeting here between Donald Trump and Ishiba ending now. So Donald Trump and the meeting with Prime Minister Ishiba has ended here. There were some questions about Elon Musk's Doge, but nothing market related. Guys, back to you.
I almost bought Shiba Inu coin there when I heard her talking about all of that. So, I almost bought Shiba Inu coin is what. Oh, okay. It means you should. Oh, I was. Oh, who muted me? Ramin? Oh. Okay.
Ramin's muted.
So yeah, Ramin was liking Shiba Inu coin there, or maybe she was not, but we will get that all figured out. I mean, look, just a quick little look at crypto for those of you interested in what's been going on right now. We'll refresh it over the last hour. Bitcoin, I mean, 97,000 there. Ethereum, 26. I mean, they had that move up to 27, 28, and people were sort of cheering it. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm almost just like waiting for these things to pop and then just putting more money into BTC right now. I am in some stable coins, waiting to see if that will work out. But okay, so that's that. Stablecoin Tether right there. Ripple still remains the 4th largest, probably the 3rd largest. Tether shouldn't really count. So Ripple in there down 20% again on the week. 22% for Dogecoin, 24% for Cardano. Staked Ether 19, same as the normal one. Chainlink. So there's been some pretty bad moves this week, but then you're looking at the king right there, still only 5. So it's very, very similar to Amazon and whatnot, and Nvidia and things like that. Some of these bigger names, they'll be a little more stable than the rest, but it doesn't mean that they still are immune to all of this talk, right? So, all right, just real quick, we did get stopped out of Tesla there, like as if this happens again to me. Like, honestly, I'm not even getting stopped out like at the exact penny. It's just, it's breaking there, 365. There's the stop out, 365.60. And then there's the whoosh right back down into the downside. So we only have a quarter of the position on. We talked about that, but okay, we are rinsing right now. Let's take a piece out. Bang, Neil. Man, this is what's been happening. We're on one again right now into the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye, Tesla. And what's up, Adara?
U.S. consumer credit is out here, coming in at $40.847 billion. That is above the forecast of $14.55 billion and the previous print of negative $7.49 billion. So higher than expected. Consumer credit print coming out at 3 p.m. Back to you.
Wow. And this is $9 now in the money right here on consumer credit report coming out. So $9 right now on Tesla and still going. Yeah, sure, man. Getting stopped out there sucks. Getting stopped out there sucks. But we talk about having stops in here, and I'm not going to, like, you know, begrudge any of these stop orders. I mean, if we don't have them, we don't have them out, and they save us very, very often. So yeah, let's just like look here on Palantir, right? I mean, there's the stop, and then it drops. You got to have some stops on these orders. I mean, another example probably is Nvidia right there. There's my stop out on Nvidia. Sure, does it? Like, this one looks fine because it goes. If it bounces there and then goes back up, it's going to look bad. But sometimes you get those saves. And when you're a trader like me and you live in the moment, it's like you can't just wait for these things to act. You got to be proactive, put your stop outs there. And then look, if something goes $9 in the money, we're still here for you. You know, I have $9 win, like, it's not that we have them all the time, but we're trading these names that are $300, $400, $500 names. So you can have $10 winners, $20 winners. So this is why we try to hold on, and at the same time, not have $10 losers, $20 losers, right? You're never going to hear me say, oh, well, there's a $10 loser. You know, but you'll hopefully hear us often say that here are some winners. So I know you're not into anything. I'm not sure what you were lately last in, but for right now, it's
we risked 30 pennies on Palantir here, but here Palantir just broke. And again, if you go up to the line in the chart, for me, it was, here, I'll draw it for you again. There's the trend, hold above that level, get in, break trend line, prior bar under, get out. That's my stop. Again, it's 30 cents on Palantir, but next support's at 113 or maybe 111.5. I'm actually, and I know I just talked about Upstart and Affirm had a really good day and yada, 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 all that good stuff, but Affirm has a 73. It's not a flat bottom break because the lows are much under that, like 70 here and then 68 there. But if we break 73, it's almost a double bottom there, and then it's 11 o'clock support on Affirm. So it's up 19%. I think if it loses this 13 level, there's enough of a gap, and it's 3 o'clock. There's some decent amount of time for us to do a push down into this area from 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go break down short on Affirm if it breaks 73. Palantir could still work back into a long, but it's underneath VWAP. It's looking too weak right now. If anything, Palantir, I was looking for a better short entry. It broke trend here. I had every opportunity to short this move. I went long and immediately got out because I'm like, usually I would short this, but I think we've broken trend on Palantir. It's just about finding a short entry. I know the flat bottom break on Affirm, 73, so I can take that. Palantir, maybe this is the day that it doesn't get a fresh high in the afternoon. The way the market's going, it seems likely to me. Maybe a break of 113.
How far down are we? Okay, hold on a second.
Not that
I'm
well.
thinking about buying NVIDIA.
Oh, I thought you meant Palantir.
All right. Yeah, Palantir, whatever. I mean, I love some Palantir, that is for sure. This market is trying to bounce right now. Right? It's just we're not really at any levels. This is a 200 period on a 30-minute. I don't really look at these too much, so I'm not really sure what to think about this right now, but it doesn't look like it's really meant too much. Again, you got to back test and study your own different time frames, right? Like a 200 period moving average is going to be much different on a 30-minute chart because 200 periods, 600 minutes, right? 6,000 minutes. So you're going to get different, conclusions on that. So you're going to watch out for it. But anyways, you're not really at a support level yet. If anything, this is way far down. We're not going to get this far. So maybe we bounce a little bit. We are at the lows, I believe, of the day. Tesla's trying to bounce a little bit, still $8. We already got a good fill on Tesla. So I was just thinking about what does this market look like? Remember when we started the show and it was curving down and I was like, I still like the short in the market? Well, that's, this is when the show started here, and then this is the move down. So we're really sort of accelerating, but there's, darn, there's that bounce. So, that's too bad because I was thinking about picking that NVIDIA up right there. That's okay. Ooh, too bad. All right, well, that's okay. We'll see if we can get something low again because it didn't really get to our 127.50 area, which is why I was looking at the market again there. That's okay. We don't need to do too much work here. We've already sort of made our bed here today, and it's been a good one, so yeah. All right, I don't know. I like NVIDIA long. Let's just wait until it gets to 128. We'll start the bidding there. It's 50 cents away. It's possible.
Certainly possible. I was just thinking, okay, well, what's strong? Like Uber at VWAP, Uber is nowhere near VWAP. Like the market's at the low, and Uber, it's not moving much anymore. So give it a chance to maybe pull back. 75 has been support, 74.5. If we continue to the downside, there's obvious levels here that you could get to on Uber for a little bit of a dip buy. But I'll stick with a firm 73, and we'll see if Palantir is actually going to break this 113 to the downside. Raids, Mackin, Oklo, is that going? I don't mind. Like I'm looking over, my halt screener's not really telling me much of anything, and the hot list has most of the stuff that we're looking at. It has NVIDIA, Palantir, Tesla, or the top three. So, it's not like I'm looking at the things that are on my trade rate at the top. Ooh, when I did that, some randos just sort of showed up.
Yeah, IGA, what is that?
BBAI, okay, well.
Oh, we know Big Bear.
Yeah, we know Big Bear. Is Big Bear moving? Like Oklo, when I pull up, yeah, Oklo's had a great day, but it's channeled down. Lower highs, VWAP short maybe. But I'm looking for something that's, if the market bounces, that can be strong. Yeah, Big Bear, lower highs again. It was super strong, but it does not look as good. I kind of like the Uber chart a little bit better. And the market feels really weak. I think if it's going to be a long, it has to be a really good setup. I don't want to be guessing at it because the way the market's going here today, it feels a little bit heavy. Even, like I said, even Palantir. It's been distinctly different all day long, and since it broke trend, this is not the same Palantir we've been trading all week. And it looks like it wants to break this 113. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. Order is in. Stop order is in, and we'll see if we get it. Same thing with 73 and a firm. But BBI, I'm going to put it up, and if it starts showing some more strength, I'll take a gander. Maybe take a look at that long. VWAP I like, but it's too far away.
I'm not going to hate. I mean, I like that Big Bear AI. I mean, it's. I think it's not like it's a. They are an AI infrastructure. Data play. So data analytics play. So it's very, very similar to Palantir, other than.
I won't lie. I actually didn't even know.
Other than it's not. But,
I know it's AI.
Yeah, AI analytics, Big Bear. So okay, and they got a Department of Defense contract. So they are eating into Palantir's lunch a little bit, so that could be a play for sure. All right, so I was actually just looking. We talked about trying to play some strong names. One of the strongest names today is going to be Uber. So we'll have a quick look at that. And again, you could click on that eSignal QR code right there. Grab your free month immediately, and then you can look at the scanners that Neil was talking about, and it's showing up on my scanners right here. Here's an alert scanner that I have. There's Uber. approaching a 5-minute moving average, but at the end of the day, it's right here. So it's just, there's my 200 period right there. Uber coming into the 50 period, not 5-minute, 50 period moving average. Generally speaking, I like to be indicated when that's happening just to see if there is anything happening. And it looks like right now, Uber and all are not doing much, but up 8%. Good move there. Bill Ackman taking a stake there as well today. And yeah, I mean, look at it, take this 50 period, you know, and you're right here right now. So if we are a little bit excited about the market, which I can't say that I am, this could be a decent long for sure. What about a break of 76 right here long? I think this is something I'm going to take. A break of 76 long and then use the 50 period as our stop, which would be 70. 30 cents worth of risk. I think we could do that. Okay, I like this trade. 76 long right now on Uber, getting me excited. So we're going to try that right now on Uber, a 76 long break. We'll put that order in, see if it breaks that top. And then we have the 200 and the 50 behind us. So that should be okay. We'll see about this on Uber coming up right there, a $6 break.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. Like
$76,
look for the things that have a chance to go. Palantir is about to break 113. Well, we got a super chat.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't think I'm going to be able to say what you want me to say here on Sarhill. Neil Ken, let me give a stop order for Palantir in here. There we go. It just broke 13s. It's a bit of a flat bottom break. Let's see what it can do. Palantir's been a very strong stock. But can Moderna get back to 38 before earnings, or how low can it get to in a worst case situation? I don't know. When you have a stock that looks like Moderna, I don't know how you put a limit on how far it can go down. That's exactly the problem with it. To get to 38 before earnings, I just don't know what's the catalyst that makes it reverse this. Can I see a situation where on earnings it bounces to 38 because it's like things can't get any worse? Absolutely, I could see that. But then I would never gamble on a stock like this before earnings unless I really knew something. Yeah, and how far could it go down? I mean, there's never too far down for stocks that have this kind of a pattern. That's the best thing I can tell you. I wish I had something better to say for you. Like when Snowflake was on the way down, like I had no trouble being like, yeah, this is where I think it could bounce and I like it here. And it's just different with Moderna. I don't like the stock. I think they have an interesting technology with some applications for cancer that I really hope work out. But ultimately, yeah, they're getting punished in the market. I'm sorry. I wish I had something really more positive to say about them on Moderna, but I really just don't. Sorry.
No, I think it's better to wait out, wait to see if there's a headline or some sort of a catalyst before you step in and buy, falling knives and swords and everything. We talked about that quite often. Tesla just went $9 in the money, and now it's at $362. So again, that stop out's going to hurt. But at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt at all. We'll just keep on watching it breaking lower. What about Rivian? As we talked about some of these different names. So we talked about some big bear. If there's anything else, PayPal today, did I just see it scan out? No, it was part of the trade rate indicator. Micron's down to 91 again. We could check out AMD as
really that far from Micron?
I'm sick about AMD. Rivian, I know there's a lot of people that champion this name. I do not. I am in it, but I sold pretty much most of my position up here near $18 after buying it down here. And this was always going to be a swing trade, just like Nikola, just like a lot of these other companies. I mean, I think Rivian's a little different because it's out there, but I see a lot of Polestars out on the street, and that stock is $1. So we'll have to wait to see what winds up happening with Rivian. I do hope for it to be the best company that it can be, but right now, we'll have to wait to see because it's breaking through that 200 period. This shelf break could bring back into $10. We'll trade Rivian probably on Monday. I think that should be interesting. Down 3% of Rivian today, so yuck. And then day two play, I mean, AMD just continues to destroy that money because it's just another downside play for AMD today. It's too bad because we had talked about shorting this, and then right off the open, it kind of just didn't do much, had that move, and then 10 o'clock, just part of that whole move down, and now at the low of the day, as opposed to NVIDIA that I think was holding in and around green, right? Yeah, so NVIDIA flat on the day despite the market being down 1.5. That's a good sign for anybody holding on to NVIDIA. But yeah, I'm still waiting to bid down here if we're able to in and around 128 flat to buy that name. The TQs, we did did say that we would look at this. We only went long, so long there, long there, long there before eventually losing the day. And then it looks like we got stopped out pretty much at the bottom there again, and then it rips up, and then what was the bottom is no longer. 82.50. So if we zoom out just a little bit more, we looked at the futures, remember, and we couldn't really find anything. This is kind of why too, like even on the TQs. Again, I guess you're here if you want to try it, but then why not kind of wait to see about these bottoms at 82 even, heading into a Friday where we could slip up. It's 3:15, so you have about 40 minutes until the imbalance is 35 minutes. So I still think there's a short here in the market. And we're holding on. It's now $9 on Tesla. Tesla's at the bottom of the day. So this continues to be the short that we like, or I like. And yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with holding this, hopefully into the close here today for Tesla. That's my trade. If there's anything else, Netflix lost it. I doubt it. You guys are saying that, but I doubt.
Well, the market's down. I mean, everything's going to have pulled back.
Come on, Netflix is flat.
It's still over $1,000 on Netflix, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to look at different names. Like, you weren't shorting that, so I don't really. If you were looking short Netflix today, good for you. But I don't. For me, that would not have been a name that I looked at. So, Uber under 100, yeah, that's for sure. Or Uber's 100. This is Tesla's worst week of the year. I could easily check that out with weekly chart.
I could believe that. No, that doesn't. Can you
down 10%?
Go back to the chart? Hold on, I have a weekly.
No, I mean, I think. Well, I mean, just looking right here. If this is the beginning of the week. That's 400. That's 360. That's 10%. I feel like this week is worse.
It did another
460 right here, down to 370. Again, that might not be a week. I'm cherry picking 5 days. So yeah. Anyways, maybe it is the worst week, Monday to Friday.
On a weekly, it looks close.
Be true.
It's kind of hard. It's hard to tell on a weekly chart, but
you had to know that was coming. I feel like, but
exactly. I missed who it was in the chat, but where was it? There it is. Was it not Pat? It was Patrick. No, Daryl.
It's Pat.
CRM and PayPal coming to interesting levels. I know you have opinions on PayPal, but I wholeheartedly agree on CRM. Prior high and support here at 315. Let it bounce. Like, you see it trend into it and then bounce. I'd always rather be long here than trying to guess here, or be long here than trying to guess here. That's just my 2 cents when a stock comes to a level, if I'm trading it. If I'm just dollar cost averaging into my personal account, I don't care. I'll just stink bid it, and if it runs me over, it runs me over, because I'm never selling it. But if it's a trade, then I want to make sure I'm getting it on a bounce. So Palantir did break that 113. It's now holding, I'm not making this up, there's now a seller at exactly $113. So I'm going to move my stop from prior bar low to that 13, because they've now held it twice exactly at that price. So PLTR for the first time in, actually, I think this is the first short all week for myself on Palantir. Actually, no, I know it's the first short this week, unless I had some kind of a keystroke error or accidentally reversed or something. So we'll see. If it breaks back above 113, I already scalped some out there in front of the $0.50. And if Palantir decides to be strong again above the even dollar, then I'm not fighting it, because we've seen it run in power hour almost every single day. Affirm doesn't seem to want to break down, so I'm not sure we're going to get that short trade. And then Big Bear AI is the other one that I'm monitoring. Yeah, Big Bear, it put in the higher low, so it's starting to look better. If we can take out this 908, that is. So higher low, Big Bear takes out 908, maybe scalp it into the high and see if it can run. And let's go back to Adara.
Here, you have U.S. Steel on watch. We know that there is some talk as to whether or not they're going to still be having a deal here, or a bid for U.S. Steel after the situation with where Donald Trump said he's a little bit unsure. He sees it more as a potential investment. Then we had Prime Minister of Japan, Ishiba, also saying that this deal is more likely to be an investment in U.S. Steel than an actual deal. Now a Nippon Steel spokesperson declining to speak on the deal. Also here, check us out on X at TTV Research. This graphic contextualizes the massive market cap Palantir now has. I'm working on another one comparing its market cap to that of some other major S&P 500 names, because, guys, Palantir is now in the top 50 of the S&P 500 by market cap. Massive move here for PLTR this week. Check this out on X at TTV Research. Just to recap here, the main gist of that story is now we're not really sure what's going on with Nippon Steel's acquisition of U.S. Steel, because Ishiba has now described it as an investment rather than an actual deal or acquisition, guys. Back to you.
Just get ready for Palantir to slide a little bit. northbound.
That's a
on
pretty
that graphic.
tightly bound
They will be
list.
taking over Salesforce. So they'll take over number one on that list pretty soon. It's amazing that they're going to take over names like Salesforce and Coca-Cola, but it is what it is.
Well, Coca-Cola, I mean, obviously it's not what it used to be, but Salesforce.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing, right? I mean, can you believe that Palantir is going to take over Salesforce? Unbelievable. All right, so yeah, BBAI continues to go a little bit like I would have never thought about that like in my wildest dreams, but it's real and it's fantastic. All right, so $9 on BBAI. Like I don't know if people are getting Palantir vibes or not from Big Bear, but yeah, okay. Again, another data analytics company there for Big Bear, but yeah, good move. Breaking through $9. This could be the next one. Remember, we had to suffer through Palantir. Like we had initially bought Palantir at $9. $9.20 was its direct listing. And then it went down and suffered some fate into the $7 range before eventually taking off completely to that upside on PLTR. And sometimes you just got to wait. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago down here. This 2023, it was $14, $15. If you pull up a weekly chart, you'll see that Palantir was down below its direct listing price. I mean, the low is $6, $7, so on and so forth. But anyways, that's the story of Palantir, a stock named Brady. And just straight up, man, like look at that week that Palantir's had, 80 to 112. I'm guessing that we should be trimming some of this. We really haven't been doing any of that. So I'm thinking that we should probably do it, but like, what am I going to use? The 50 period? I mean, that's down here at $40. So anyways, yeah, Palantir continues to be that winner. And I think that people are thinking and hoping that maybe BBAI. Let me just check out what Big Bear looks like on a daily chart. I'm not even sure how new this stock is. Oh, this stock.
It's been running for a while.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like when, like how long have they been in the market period for? Okay, so this is interesting. Its low was $1 right there back in the summer. So not that long ago. So Big Bear has had its day in the sun. That is for sure. Back in 2022 when sort of everything was going this way. Wow, Tesla's approaching $10 right now in the money. So if you believe we can put a man on the moon, we can also put Tesla through 360. All right, so $10, that could be a play for Big Bear. We'll see about that next week for sure. I don't think today. It's at 9 right now. Nothing is impossible, but that's a good little level there for Big Bear. I don't want everyone to get too excited. It's not like we haven't seen this before. We have. But again, nice movement there. BBAI, watch out for $10. I'm a little bit jealous actually because if I had sort of thought about this as a mini Palantir before, we might have been into it. We've again, another name that I have on its IPO, I'm not even sure. Snowflake was bad and then came back in, and I have to check out what price we're in on Snowflake, but that's been a nice move to the upside as well. Off of some of those bottoms. We talked about it bottoming out here. I believe I'm at 120 and change. I can double check it. Nice move there. That was my most recent buy. But again, Snowflake had that sort of pandemic move as well when they came out at the right time for shareholders, but I think the wrong time for investors. Just hold on. I still think
exactly right.
Snowflake is still, yeah, I was going to say, I think Snowflake is still underneath its IPO, right? So 240, 250 for Snowflake comes out at, goes all the way to $4 and then whoops, all the way down to 120. So like Snowflake is nowhere near Palantir, obviously, but I mean, look at this move. Still has a lot of room to run. What about a 240 break on Snowflake? That's a long ways away from here, but that's something that to consider. It's only at 190, so there's a lot of room to run on Snowflake. Still very, very much.
That got to 240, I'd be selling for.
Yeah, still very,
100%.
much depressed on that one. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, we're selling Snow at a double up. That's the thing about Palantir is an 11 bagger. Like they're not all the same. That is for sure. So
yeah, to me, there's trades and there's like Like to me, Snowflake was
you have to believe in
trend it was a trend reversal setup. The last thing I had gotten out of, I'm like, whatever, it broke the trend, let's go for it. But no, I don't think it's the same thing. Their growth back to positivity has not been in the same trajectory as others, right? Like it's why Uber's, I like Uber because they got green after a while and then just continue some of their growth. Yeah, BBI is getting really close. It's at $9 now. The local high is $9.08. So it's trying to break this out off the top. I think it's got a decent chance to be able to do so, but it's not quite there yet. Could go Nimrod. I appreciate the super chat. We got another one in there. First time riding with you guys from Bell Open, and what a day. It's been up 43% in 6 months, 26% without Palantir. let us know what else you've been in on. And I owe you a huge part of that in this community, to this community. You guys are absolute legends. You're a legend, Nimrod, and we appreciate you so much. Yeah, what else have you been trading in there? Besides Palantir, which, don't fight it when Palantir goes up. Get out at break even.
Never
Take the breakdown trade. It goes 50 pennies. I got 40. And then it breaks back out above 113. So in the momentum of the even dollar break, it's good. But once it gets back above, the stock has been relentless. Maybe it breaks trend. Maybe it breaks this downward trend above VWAP and we get another run into the afternoon. And thank you. Who's giving those? It's Nimrod gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Nimrod. For anyone that's not in the chat, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500,000 and grow this awesome community. And if you want to be able to accept the memberships, you have to be in the chat, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and you have to enable gifts, I do believe, when you log into the chat the first time.
Yeah, Bears versus Bulls will.
Thank you so much there, Nimrod. We appreciate you. And spread the love, for sure.
All right. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I was just looking at this graphic again from Adara.
I was looking at the tape on the Palantir.
Like, it just dummied IBM. Like, this is a day, man, for Palantir. And what a year, what a month, what a 5-year period for Palantir. Like, when you actually see these things, like it's crushing Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, like these are names that it's like, okay, is it in the right company here? And it looks fine to me, but wow, Palantir. Chevron, it's probably high. Like, this is quite an immense list. Like right here to be involved with this 50-year-old Cisco, Accenture, 50-year-old IBM, 100-year-old Morgan Stanley, same as Wells Fargo, Chevron, like some of these names right there. The fact that we've been championing Palantir here for the last 5 years, that's been an unbelievable run. And when you look at it like that, it's like, wow, what a run and what a bunch of names there. It's actually making me think to get something out. Remember we talked about Bitcoin at 97,000. Now it's at 96,000 and going lower. We've really been just sort of sitting on this Tesla trade. We haven't done too much besides that. The TQs, I don't really want to step into that. We only have a half hour left. Join Adair and I on the after hours show where we'll talk about, there it is. What's up, Rami Rahim? His best day ever. So shout out to you on Cloudflare. So good trade there. Bang for you as well. Copy that, Rami Rahim. So good trade there. Congrats for that as well. Yeah, that's Nimrod there. I had a thumbs up. I'm trying to thumbs up everybody if I can get to it in time. So yeah, that's that. All right, so Meta, I know you were trading that earlier. Let me check out what Intel's doing. So Intel's another name I'm long at, like 1980. We talked about that, 1970, 1980, and it's not been well. And I'm actually thinking, like, why are we even in Intel, really? We don't need to be here. We can wait for it to sort of get a little bit better. But this is one of those bottom-picking situations where it's right here, right now. We can easily get out of this if and when there is a problem. And that if might be now, and the when may be Monday. Like, because if this breaks, which could be now, then we're gonna have to figure out what to do. I don't wanna overreact on a longer term portfolio and just get out immediately on that break, but that break right there is 1850 on its 52-week low. I'm gonna call up the chart of eSignal, charting platform eSignal here, which will give me the indicated 1851. So that low right there, when we break that, I'll probably get out of Intel, to be honest with you. So we'll just see the action on that. I don't think it will break it like whoosh to the downside there. I don't know if there's going to be too much negativity there. Remember, this is a very pro-US stock with the foundries being built in the United States. So anything that is tariff related should be fine for Intel. But that's my understanding, not necessarily President Trump. So we'll have to figure out what he's thinking about all of that and react to that bottom break on Intel. But it's looking like it may want to break. SMCI reporting apparently on Tuesday. So this is definitely going to get our attention next week.
I cannot wait for that one.
As this is another name that's just like trying to figure out what it wants to do on the daily chart. Right now, lots of opportunities here on SMCI. There's that drop. Oh no, that's the, sorry. There's the drop on SMCI.
Yeah, the drop on SMCI is spectacular. Still above 499,000 for sure. Apparently, if we get to 500,000, BBAI is going to do something and maybe break it out.
Yep.
You can't.
It will do that.
I'd like to think it's got it in it to get to the high of the day today. Like, I'd like to see something make a run at the top right now, but nothing's really doing it. Sorry, I just heard some random
Microbot Medical.
Microbot Medical.
You don't know about that?
Like, I complained about nothing breaking out the highs, and then some random is breaking out.
Wait a minute, Microbot. You don't know about Microbot?
You know Microbot?
Nope. I don't even know what the symbol is, to be honest with you. Microbot Holdings?
That's not going to be the one.
Come on, man.
It's Microbot Holdings is the Noah Gray of stocks. There you go.
You're loving Noah Gray.
I actually do
Maybe
like
the Bills
him.
should
I
grab
do
Noah
like him
Gray.
on.
Maybe
No,
he would have made that catch.
No, I like him on. I like him this week because I think it's obvious.
I thought that was Randy.
Chiefs can really defend the wide receiver position, and then they roll on Kelsey, and they're gonna hit. I think they're gonna hit out of the backfield with Hunt a bunch, and then have to hit Noah Gray. So I don't even know what the prop is. I should look it up, but. Yeah, I like Hunt. What's going on with Pacheco, man? I don't know.
He'll be there next year. Hunt is too old. They won't resign.
They're gonna need Pacheco to win this game.
You think so?
I think so.
I just think Mahomes gets the ball if he touches the ball with a minute left and has a chance to win, it's over. So that's all that matters. And I'm tired of this whole ref stuff. Honestly, to me it's a bunch of shit. If you want to beat a team, just beat the team. Honestly,
it's truth, though.
No, but I know. But just just play better and beat the team.
I'm not.
That's the whole thing. Like, to me, if the Bills were up 10 points, Kansas City can't win.
Yeah.
It's just like that's the whole
First
thing.
drive of that win.
Right. It's just like
James Cook, who's been one of your best offensive players, on that drive with 3.5 minutes to go. And Josh Allen and James Cook wasn't even on the field.
Right. The other thing too is
that play.
Every team is outcoached by Andy Reid. The Buffalo Bills have a horrible.
McDermott gets outcoached a lot.
That's what I'm saying. They have a horrible coaching staff.
It's a great team, but he's not necessarily. He's pretty good at coming up with a game plan for the year and all that good stuff, and making adjustments sometimes at halftime on defense. He's pretty good with, but end of game scenarios and late minute adjustments, they seem to get caught off guard a lot. Have the wrong play at the wrong time.
The reason why nobody can beat the Chiefs is because they play close games, and then you get that ref problem. What I'm trying to say is like if Saquon just has himself a game and they can get up 2 touchdowns, and then run the ball and play proper football, then I don't think the refs will be that big of an issue. But I'm it's clear as day. Like some of the calls, like
I want
they
Philly
definitely
to win.
get calls.
I want Philly to win, but I think the Chiefs are going to win. I just think it's that simple.
Right.
Like I have much more faith in Andy Reid than it comes down to
Sirianni.
Comes down to the better coach. They both have great defenses. There's no question about that. The Chiefs can stop the run. Jones is an absolute beast. I just think it'll be a good game. The markets. What's more rigged, the markets or the NFL? Come on, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about specifically. Like the NBA in that one game where the Donaghy guy.
Forget about the NBA.
Because it's a joke.
The NBA is a joke of a league.
Did you see
those trade deadlines? So basically, Jimmy Butler can just hold out and say "screw you," and then he signs a $120 million. I don't even.
Why do you think it?
I don't even watch.
People aren't even watching him anymore.
No one watches NBA.
NBA numbers are really they're way down. WNBA's up. My daughter's into basketball, and she loves. I've been showing her clips of Caitlin Clark. I'm like, well, obviously it's like
the best
super
female
skilled. It's like right now she's the best. Not just her. I mean, I show Aja Wilson as well, and
never heard of her.
No, she's legit.
She's Las Vegas, right?
Look her up. I don't know. I forget what team she's on, but she's legit as well.
Isn't that crazy that we claim to know sports and we don't even know what like the best WNBA player, what team she plays?
I don't. I'm not gonna.
I mean, we know Caitlin Clark because my daughter again has basketball cards of Caitlin Clark, right? So we know that that's the Indiana Fever, and that's the difference, man. But again, the NFL is promoting the WNBA because, as you know, Caitlin Clark was in the booth with Taylor Swift, right? So it's all cross promotional. This is what happens as many sports obviously intertwined. But okay, so Tesla right there. We are who we are every single day, and I mean, hopefully we never change. Like, this is a $10 winner right now on Tesla as it just continues to come back in one more time, just drop through Tesla into the end of the day there. Palantir, we told you we were staying away from this name, and it's a good thing we did because look at Palantir, nothing but downside right now. What's up, Adara?
Beware here of HIMS. I'm seeing a headline coming through from CNBC saying that the company faces scrutiny from lawmakers over their, quote, misleading Super Bowl ad. If I see any more details on this, I'll let you know, but the stock is actually dropping here with volume, guys. Hims and Hers Health with apparently a misleading Super Bowl ad. Back to you.
I haven't seen it. I know they put them out early, but I actually haven't seen their ad, so we'll see about it. Bren works, please talk about Ford, really? And someone asked me, what are these glasses? They're just blue light glasses. I started wearing them like in the middle of the day when we're not on the show. I just kind of threw them back on. I get a headache sometimes looking at screens all day, and they're fantastic. They do a really great job of that. Ford, there's nothing, oh, it did break. Ford did break, held low, but it did break 52-week lows and continued the trend that it's been on for quite some time. It's not an exciting day trade stock, but there's not much good to say about it. I heard that, I didn't look at it, I heard it trades now at a 6 PE. 6. Value trap. It's either there's dividend traps and there's value traps. Ford is like a value trap, and it's not looking good for Ford. At some point, I suppose there's very likely to be a nice little bounce. We've seen it get woodshedded before and do really good bounces. But this one was a nice double bottom. This one was like, look at the bottom tail wick and some higher lows. Like, it can set up for a little short-term long if you're looking for it as a trade, but it's still in this little downward trajectory. So, you know, don't catch a falling knife on Ford. That would be my suggestion to you.
All right. Ozan wanted to, he's a little bored, so he wants the cow going on there. All right, look, let's just do this. I had sort of talked about Tesla, and then we got sidetracked there. Uber was going to be a bid through 76. I'm going to cancel that. Obviously, the market had something to say about it and didn't want us to take that, so we'll go downside on that. Tesla, making sure I don't have any more stop orders. I do not, because if you have multiple stop orders, they all will not fire off, so it'll only fire off the first one you put in, so we don't have any more. Look, that was a mistake. Like, we got it out the 50 period moving average when that was there. I'm just going to put this a little bit higher to make sure that we get stopped out for real. 363.50. All right, 363.51s. Only because that has nothing to do with the 50 period moving average. That's right here. We want to make sure that we break that. The 50 period, if you're going to use that exactly like we did before, then it's 362.85. We'll just ramp it up a little bit into that shelf break, which of course is 50s, right back down. So we'll put, 51s. Perfect. Stop out. So that's my stop order. It's accepted. You always want to make sure your orders are accepted. And then we'll wait to see now what's going on. Please hit the like and subscribe. I don't know how many viewers we have. Right now I'm going to double check for everybody and see how many likes. 815 likes. So we need to at least get to 1,200. We have over 5,300 watching. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And then again, we say this all the time, but it's actually true. If you just trust me, just hit the like button right now and then watch what happens to the trade that you're in. It will most likely go one way or the other. So if you do that right now, then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So hit the like button and then let me know what happens to your trade in the chat. So do that and then report back ASAP about what happens in the chat to your trade. And you'll be very, very surprised on what does happen there.
It'll make power moves at 350.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to, you got to hit if you don't hit the like, then you're not going to know. So you got to hit the like and then see what happens to your trade. So for right now, we've been liking the stream all day long, and this is a $10 winner. So it is working so far. Anything else you guys want us to look at? I'm going to be my next purchase. I told you about I'm buying Intel, but I might just get out of Intel. Honestly, I'm in too many chip names, and I might just buy JP Morgan. This name's out here at 14 times PE with an absolute just, like, I would really love this name to come back so I could buy it. Like, we were long this name, and Daryl, if you're here, this is another one. I first started buying JP Morgan. Daryl knows this. We were buying Simon Property Group. During the pandemic, we were buying Square. We were buying JP Morgan. So spreading the wealth there with some tech, some banks, and some property. And oh boy, were those great trades. JP Morgan, we are in at $80, up to 230 right now, 230, 275 right now. Would love to get this name back to 230. Maybe that's where we were looking, right there on that dip buy. But yeah, wasted opportunities there, selling some JP Morgan earlier on in the year. So earlier on last year. Not this year. So yeah, JP Morgan, not a huge part of my portfolio, and I wish it was, as it still looks like it wants to work out there to the upside. Morgan Stanley, a great stock. All the banks.
Goldman's doing fantastic.
Goldman's still a stock that we have, man. We're in that stock in the threes.
The only bank that stinks.
XLF has been really strong. Go ahead, yeah?
No, that's not true. The only bank that stinks, I was about to say the only bank that stinks is TD, but that's not true because there's tons of regional banks that don't look that great. Here in Canada, we only have a few banks, so it's like the big one or one of the big ones, and they're not very good. There was a question about Nike. So we don't remember, again, I don't remember seeing any news to account for why Nike did this in the middle of the day yesterday, and it just continues another stair step down. This could be an opportunity here on Nike, but the problem is you've got the China risk, you've got the trend coming back in. At some point, I'm probably going to look for a reversion trade on Nike. I think the brand's good enough. Lululemon did a little bit of this and was able to make a nice bounce back, and I think Nike could do the same thing. But for now, flat bottom break already happened, and you got to try to find a new low here. Actually, going to pull up a weekly chart and see where. Wow, how far do you have to zoom back? Okay, pandemic low. The next low is the pandemic low at $60 on Nike. There's nothing on the daily chart until you get to the pandemic low, and that's 15% away. If it can't bounce there, it can't bounce. That's the way I would look at Nike. Yikes, that's bad.
Yeah, thanks, really Sebastian, for bringing up. Yeah, Nike's been a horrible. Thanks, Sebastian, for bringing up Bitcoin. And we did talk about going, or at least looking short on this name here into the close. And it's down $1,300 since that. And we sort of talked about looking at these breaks. And there's the 50-period moving average on the 1-minute chart. Just continues to go. If you're short Bitcoin right now, I don't think you need to get out 96.5 maybe on a break back through. So the 96.5 for Bitcoin if you're still on that. And that would be, I'd say the same thing for IBIT. Unfortunately, I didn't even look at IBIT today. Just had more to go. And we've only traded today. We traded ELF, NVIDIA, Palantir, Futures, and Tesla. Tesla just broke $10 in the money. So that's a good one. IBIT, same thing. So there's the 50-period moving average. I would still follow that. Look at this, break and take. So 54.80, something to look at right now for IBIT. I thought I heard Adara maybe for a call, but I didn't hear anything from Ramin. So I'm going to wait until that one. Nike, we were really lucky. We were opposite of lucky. I don't think we're opposite of lucky. We did a great play on Starbucks and on Nike. We got out of both of them. So we didn't actually even hold anything. We were in and out of Nike. We took a good advantage of that on that pop-up, and I'll show you that it kind of backfired on Starbucks. But we were buying Nike and Starbucks in the summertime last year. When this popped up, we were able to get out because of this shelf. So we were able to get out at like 87, 88. I think it was more like 86, 85 on Nike. And then if you look at that stock, it's dropped down into what Neil just mentioned there, those lows. And then if you look at Starbucks, we were doing the exact same. It was the same trade. Had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that it looked like it was at good bottoms. And we just showed you why that Nike low was good. And it was the same thing here for Starbucks. I'll show you right here. So it's still, look, summertime trade. For Starbucks, we were buying in here, and we didn't get out there. Then it pops up on Brian Nickel. We're like, great. Like, that's kind of a fluke there. We also got the Nike new guy that showed up. We sold on that news. So basically, Brian Nickel comes through. So I'm like, great. We have a nice win there on Starbucks. Then this happens. I'm like, what have I done? How could we not see this top here at $100? So when it comes back in, guess where your boy gets out? Right in here again. And we thought we were pretty smart when that happened, but then we were unable to buy back at, well, we could have, but we didn't. Right back there. So we actually missed that run, but we're still able to take this from 70s into 98. So that would turned out to be a good trade for us. But there's one example of buying those lows, taking advantage of something, as opposed to a Nike, which has stopped and dropped. So I still think we can buy some Nike down there, but at the end of the day, maybe let that settle down. A big tariff name. I thought Starbucks would as well, but again, most of their business in China, right? They're not shipping anything.
I think that's maybe the difference. NVIDIA with, 6 minutes to go to the imbalances. NVIDIA just crossed 29 into 29.5. Now try to remember, I got to zoom out again for you guys. Try to remember this morning, and if you were trading NVIDIA this morning, then you already know this, but 129.8, just underneath the 130 level, there was just a wealth of selling on NVIDIA, and it tried to get there again, and you see all the selling. Like, it was just distinctly different from every other day. Like, it broke 130 for a little bit and had sellers above, and then it had sellers underneath. So it's going to probably take a lot, especially with the strong week it had in the bleeding market right now, or the weak market right now, for us to get through. And imbalance is coming in about 5 minutes. So ideally, I think the trade, like I'd be more excited about like a 355 reversal trade than trying to figure out where the imbalance is going to be on one of these names. I don't have any big index actions. So I think that means watch out for, I just double checked it. I didn't see anything big.
Yo, your NVIDIA chart looks like mine, man. Too many trades.
Oh, I know it was too many trades. And actually, when I was talking the lesson of the day, it was get away from it and then go back over to Palantir.
Right.
Because like Palantir, the thing is like regardless of how Palantir ends the day, it was still on trend to the long side for almost all of it. Like it wasn't until like maybe here where it lost the trend on Palantir. So like going back over to that is always going to make more sense, right? Like you miss a couple of trades in here for some dip buys, but you take all the other ones that you can. So Palantir obviously going to be a good one all week long.
I'm exhausted. There was a
Palantir,
new.
Palantir didn't have a single, it made you money every day today, or this week, I should say.
The wife and I last night were watching. There's a new Amy Schumer movie on Netflix. I think it just dropped. It was pretty funny. It's rated R, so it's kind of good. That's why I like it. I think it's this one. Kinda Pregnant? Is this a new one there? This was kind of, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, 2025. Okay, so I don't know what 4.9 out of 10. Very good. But anyways, it was kind of funny there last night. So we'll wait to see what happens with that. We started watching it, and I'm over here like tired as heck. So we'll have to wait to see if I can survive watching that there tonight. But not too much. We had a few things on the docket.
If I put on Amy Schumer, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was a new one on Netflix, so I don't know. She had one movie that I thought was funny.
I'm trying to think of what she was in that
I don't know.
that I liked.
I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Stand-up comedian, but anyways, Amy Schumer. Okay, so Tesla there breaking 360. I just want to say quickly, this 362. I put our stop at 362.50. The 52 period, the 50. In a minute, the 50 period moving average is 362 right there. So if it breaks through there, then we will get out of that trade. But I'm just ramped it up to 362.60. So that's what I'm looking at right there for Tesla. What's up, Adara?
Beware of Conduent. This one's actually halted here, CNDT. About 500,000 shares traded in this name today, but big push to the upside and maybe one to watch on Monday, given the fact that it's halted right now. But this is, to be clear, a volatility halt. So what happened here is Reuters is reporting that the company Conduent here, CNDT, is exploring a sale after receiving some takeover interest. So potential takeover interest for CNDC, guys. Back to you.
Right.
Yeah, my guess is they wouldn't open that one back up. That would kind of make sense. Like takeover interest and you halt at 347. Yeah, that's a trap. Get people caught over the weekend. You don't necessarily want that. Mike Jones, I also miss In Living Color. What up, Mike Jones? I really miss In Living Color. Interesting fact about In Living Color and the Super Bowl is if you're wondering when they started in the Super Bowl getting really big acts in the halftime show, you can thank In Living Color for that because Keenan Ivory Wayans had the genius idea that they would do a live In Living Color episode at the height of their prowess during the halftime. And they had so many viewers, the NFL's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do that again because we're just going to bring in the biggest and the best. I forget who it was the next time, but like after that, they just said, we're going to have the greatest halftime shows ever. So thank you to Keenan Ivory Wayans for that one-time event. And now you get to see, it's Kendrick Lamar. I still don't know if he's going to be all by himself. Kind of feel like Lil Wayne should be there, but whatever. We already talked about that. Lil Wayne should be performing. I don't understand why not.
That's all political, right? So
it's kind of
they give him the Grammy. It's just an LA thing, right? This is a Kendrick year. So, all right. So we'll wait to see what's going on. It's in Nolans. I think it'll be a good show, halftime show regardless. Anyways, but yeah, I saw Marlon Wayans. No, I saw Damon Wayans. Wayans in Vegas.
He is.
That was really funny.
Top 10 all time.
It's where Jim Carrey was at his best there. Fire Marshal Bill.
Yes.
And whatnot, and Homie the Clown. It's part of what has shaped us. All right, and of course, Jennifer Lopez, a fly girl back in the day. All right, Tesla. So we already know where our stop is. Oh, we have a minute and a quarter now until imbalances. So these are these famous imbalances that we always talk about. They're going to come out right now. We do have, we talk about Canadian banks, TD Bank with a bid for now underneath it. So we'll have to wait for that. DocuSign is there. That's not DocuSign. BMY is here. Pfizer's here. But these will all update in a minute, and then we'll get also the NASDAQ. So I always like to right-click here, get rid of the broker so we can only see. So these are like pre-looks. Right now we go all the way to 9:30 now, so everything you're seeing here is from 9:30. At 3:50 this will update, and then we'll be able to see what we're trading, what we like, and we'll go off of that. It is a very risky proposition to be in a stock when you have no idea what's about to happen. Like if this comes out as a big buy for Tesla, this stock will shoot up. So we have our stop order in right now. It's well planned out. If it breaks through 362.50, then we're out. We're comfortable with that. And it could also be a sell. So we could break that bottom of 360 there for Tesla. So that's it, man. It's just the only stock that I have, and we're willing to sit on it for a minute and see what winds up happening. Now with only 10 seconds, here we go. We'll call it up right now and watch it. So we'll click on different stocks, but 5, 4, 3, 2, blast off. So here we go. Let's wait to see. There goes right at 361.70. Look at this. 361.70, 74, 75. So as we go, Uber with $1 million sell. That's not really affecting. These are actually pretty light numbers for right now. TLT's had a nice move, I think, upside recently off the bottom, but TLT's there. There's Amazon with a bid, not really moving. Wow, Amazon down 4%. That kind of yucky. There's NVIDIA. NVIDIA.
Nothing.
Come on, man. We've seen this name before. 5 million.
It's done 200 million in volume.
Yeah, so 800,000 is not moving the needle, and I did not even see Tesla on there, so we're fine. But there goes Tesla right now, up to 362. So there's probably a small buy somewhere for Tesla. AMD is small bid. So it's not, today it was not dramatic. So sorry about that. Normally it can't be.
They did open this stock.
Oh, good. What? Okay, good.
That conduit, they did open it up, and you still would have won. They're bringing this conduit, exploring potential like sale options, so rumors that they could get sold. It opened up at 445. It got to 490, so that's about 10%. And no one ever went broke taking profit. There is a distinct lack of any size on the bid here. Like 100 lots everywhere on the bid of CNDT. It's not 1 million shares of volume, pretty much all of it late. We'll see if there's news over the weekend of an actual confirmed deal as opposed to just speculation for this bad boy. As Sean already mentioned, NVIDIA, it probably needed some kind of an imbalance for it to press through 30, but it didn't happen. So obviously, kind of a nothing burger on the close, which is fine. It did a little bit of a pop and now coming right back in. Not a big move at all for NVIDIA. There was that MRP, like when Sean showed the imbalance locator, like this thing for 2 million. Oh, sorry. Check that 4 million, and it's moving around a little bit. I'd expect maybe I'm going to double check, make sure. Oh, you know what? This actually is an addition today. MRP is an addition. Yeah, it's SMP completion, whatever that is. Yeah, so this is an addition, MRP. If it were to stay, this could be a little bit of a something. You never know. Just because it's a buy and balance, just because you're expecting a buy, does not mean it is going to ramp and just go forever. There's a big difference between the size of imbalances that you saw where like a Tesla or an Uber or a Palantir when they get added to an index and sort of the random ones that you have on these smaller names. So it's not that big of a notional imbalance on this MRP. 4 million shares on a $25 stock. It's not huge.
Mm. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get stopped out of Tesla, which is honestly is completely fine. I mean, we were actually waiting for a 360 break, and it got as low as 360.40. So to give $2 back, I mean, this is a trade that we're very, very comfortable doing, and we just talked about that. So there's the out right there. Good trade for us on Tesla. What's up, Ozan? All right. Let's get one more poll up quickly if we can. We'll run into the market recap show. Let's just do an Eagles-Chiefs again, just because it's going to be Super Bowl. We might as well put it up right there. Ramin or Fabian, just put who you think is going to win, Kansas City, Philadelphia. Let's just do Eagles or Chiefs. And then we'll just see who wins as we get into the end of the day there. I think we've already covered this, but again, thank you so much, Nimrod, for those. What was it? 48. Yeah, 48.52. We don't need to do it again. I just thought for something for fun. Yeah, Chiefs.
Well, you could do chili or wings.
Yeah, some kind of a famous,
what are you eating for Super Bowl?
Yeah, we could figure that out.
Not that it has to be chili versus wings, or pizza, I guess.
We have multiple choices.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know. Marissa is doing something. I'm at.
Didn't she use them
there's a skate Well, yeah, I'll be at Wild Wings for a part of it, as Gia's going to be at a skate there. So we're going to be doing that with some dads, watch some games there at the bar. But yeah, she always makes. I like the homemade guacamole. I mean, that's and then she makes this wicked chili with like a pumpkin. I think I've talked about that. So pumpkin puree. She'll probably do that, and then. I don't know. We had wings last night, actually, so I don't know. That was kind of.
Well, you can have. It's a Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
You can get away with
both
wings
teams. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't hate both. Like, I don't have a dog in the fight.
I don't like Philly fans or something else.
I'm not a fan of either team. To be honest with you, but you know,
they had this match 3 years ago.
I'll cheer for Philly.
3 years ago,
Anyway,
Oscar Mayer wieners.
obvious reason.
Yeah, it's not bad. What else is some Super Bowl foods there? You could have
Hot dogs.
hot dogs.
I've never done dogs for that. It's
Pizza's
chili
not
wings.
bad. Oh, like chicken fingers, like just basically just any kind of bar food, I guess.
Are you
Poke bowls.
boneless or not for wings?
I like the bones.
Thank you.
Boom, 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 boom. Blessed weekend, everybody. Same.
There's
for you.
only that's the right way to do it. You got.
Yeah, I mean, boneless is a chicken nugget or something, isn't
It's
it?
not the same thing. It's just
It's not a
the
bone.
same thing.
You can't have a chicken wing that's actually boneless, can you? Does that even make sense?
It's not a chicken wing.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like pineapple on pizza. By the way, Nvidia is still going. At 355, there wasn't something to flip. Like, they didn't really have much of an imbalance, but Nvidia is trying to get to 130 right now. There's not a heck of a lot going. Oh, well, that's a good one. Steph, nachos. Why didn't we say nachos? We should have said nachos.
Yeah.
Nachos with 7-layer dip.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, yeah, that'll
God, the dip is.
that'll work too. So who's going to win? I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think the
Same.
Eagles, I'd rather they win. What? Why is it? What's with the random whatever? I don't know why you can't just spell it normally or not spell it.
This is why I can't have
capitals all
this-
over
I
the
can't have these
place.
Things.
Thank you, Romain. Thank you for the poll. We appreciate that.
Fine. I mean, we already know it's going to be probably the Chiefs. It was 52-48 last time. All right, 355. Ooh, did we get a switch up in anything? All right, let's see. Sometimes at 355, you. Yes, exactly. Well, I don't even know what that bet was. There's some sort of Taylor Swift bet.
No, that was a midday.
Oh, what is that? Yeah, there is a prop for that. Did you guys look up the official prop?
Yeah, you need to look it up.
I would say Taylor Swift. I would say over under 5 would be. What was it? What did you guys have up there on the midday? Do you remember the number? I think more than 5. Like if it was 4.5, I'd go over for Taylor Swift. At least once a quarter.
9 is that seems high.
9 under 9, under
seems
9.
really high.
You'll get like the walk-in video. Then when the Chiefs win, she'll be there, so that'll be there. And then every single time Travis Kelce does something like amazing, he'll be there. They'll be there together. So I would,
5.5 would make more sense.
I'm saying 4.5 probably. I'll go.
I'd say
I'm
like
gonna
once-
go, I'm gonna go find it.
Once a quarter, and then like maybe 1 or 2 other random ones would
Yeah.
make sense to me. So, I don't know. Yeah, 9 is definitely too. Like if it was 9, I'm taking the under.
It's not 9. There's
Yeah, I would take the under on 9 for sure. But like Sharif said, 1 or 2. He's
it
like
Super
he's
Bowl
like 1.5. I'm like 1.5. I'm like, are you crazy?
Oh,
yeah, you had to juice that to get 1.5. That's for sure.
What Super Bowl
Pay out
is this?
literally
Is this 59? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what Super Bowl is actually.
Okay.
I will get to it in a second.
just
Roblox.
scrolling
Anthony
down,
Vitale saying
trying to find
Roblox killing it? Probably not.
All right. So the national anthem, 120 seconds. All right.
I don't know what that is.
Forget about the first song being "Squabble Up" is plus 400. Kendrick Lamar's total songs over 10.5. Hopefully it's not that high. Gatorade color, yellow, green, lime. You could bet. Travis Kelce. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I could probably just show this, right? I can scroll through websites. I think it's fine, as long as something doesn't show up on here. All right, there it is. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift? That's not happening.
No.
That's plus 800, so you can cancel that. I would think, I got to cancel my NVIDIA bids right now. I don't need to get long that. Will there be an octopus? What the hell does that mean? All right, so
Huh?
I'm going to say yes. Plus 1,400. Oh, here we go. Terrence, okay. Prop bets on Taylor Swift inspired props. 15. What? Oh, rushing yards, gold rush, shake it off. No. I don't see anything. Saquon Barkley, 50 yards. That's probably happening. Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, 3 touchdowns. No.
Get out of here with that.
I don't. Are you ready for it? No. I don't see any Taylor Swift ones on here. But all right. Anyways, we'll get it all figured out.
That's pretty sad.
I just made it up. They just like.
Let's just say 6.5 or 5.5.
Yeah. I don't know what I would be betting on for that one. All right, 1 minute left to go here as the market right now will be down that 1.5%. Tesla right now down 3.5% as well. Now I want to know, some of you guys probably will have a better area for prop bets and can tell us what that is. But yeah, that's that. So, okay, I got to get over to the desk there. I'm still looking up prop bets, but I guess I got to get over there as we have that show in less than
an
a minute.
octopus apparently is when you score a touchdown and then that same player gets a 2-point conversion. I had to look it up. I've never heard that before.
How come we didn't know that? Yeah.
So it's actually not bad because like Hurts on a tush push and then they go for a 2-point.
Right.
That's probably a good bet.
We only have 30 seconds to go, but one thing we forgot to tell you, we do have I don't know. I guess it's going to be posted on our YouTube page. I'm not sure what we're doing with the links. Maybe we could put them in the chat or something like that. But we are releasing a new video on RSI, and it's like it's a different style that we're trying to do. It's like a well-produced one. It should be really fun to watch. Go over there, watch it. RSI. I believe it features most of us in there as well. With only 10 seconds to go, go over, watch the RSI video. Is it good? Where are we posting that up? Okay, end of the recap on the main page. Work Sport, thank you for that. 2 and 1. All right, we are there. So, right, at the end of the recap, we'll be pumping this show. We'll pump it on the recap as well so everybody remembers that one.
Yes.
But go find it. It'll be on the main page as well, the RSI video. So, all right.
All right, great one on TSLA, and good luck. Well, I mean, have fun over the weekend. Good luck on the prop bets that you make. There it is, RSI. And let us know in the comments.
What? Oh, look at that.
If you want us to do other videos, like it could be VWAP, I'm just going to say VWAP, or it could be moving averages.
Put that thing on again there. Oh, look at that.
Why do we never pick a picture of me smiling for this stuff? It's like, trust me, when we do this, they take like 25, I don't know, they take a lot of pictures, and it's always got to be like the angry brother. One of my email addresses is actually Angry Black. I'm not going to tell you which one. No, because there was like an old character. I forget what show it was, or like radio show or whatever. And I was like, I annexed that when I was a kid. But no, seriously, if you guys think there's an educational video that we should do and you would like, make sure you drop that in the comments. Let us know what you think. What could we do better? What do you guys want to see? Because we're doing this for our trading community. We're here for you guys. That's what it's all about, so we can all learn and grow together. That's always what it's about. And big shout out to Fabian and Ramin on the 1s and 2s, and Andre, putting all of this together, making us look and sound good. Every now and then, cutting the black when we talk too long, like right now, which I'm going to do for a little bit longer. Shout out to the midday crew, Bash Brothers, kicking it and killing it as always. Big shout out to all of our viewers and to you guys. It's been a fantastic week. Even if Palantir ended up red for the first time this week, it actually was red today, believe it or not. Right at the close, Palantir got red. Still an unbelievable week for that, closing at 111. But you know what? You don't have to do anything except sit back. I want you to relax. There's a lot to recap. This was a monster earnings week, just in terms of volume. Next week is going to be almost as big in terms of earnings names, going over some of the results, going over the stock moves today. Looking forward to a big week in trading. It's the market recap, everybody. It's going to start now.
All right, we're starting now. How are you doing, Adara?
I'm alive, which is good. That's somewhere to start.
Was that ever in question today? Or?
No, it's just been a really long week. Lots of news, lots of things happening. Fears of leaving desk because news. So we're alive.
Right. I noticed that. I noticed that you're very much hustling back and forth. So we want to thank you for that.
There's always a risk that when you leave news,
I don't want you to run. I don't want you to run like too much. Like I don't want you to fall down.
Oh no, I'm accident prone. I can get injured while walking, so that's really not an issue. But
okay.
I'm going to see it. Risk is pretty even. RRs.
We have a lot of interesting things to discuss here today. I'm trying to log in over here, and it's not necessarily letting me, so I have probably something going on with the version control. But all right, what was a pretty nasty day today? We did have e.l.f. Cosmetics come out at 20%. They're down today, so we're going to watch out for e.l.f. Cosmetics. But today's day on the triple Qs, wow. Big move to the downside there as we get President Trump all over the place. We get the retroactive, or what was the word he used?
He called it reciprocal. Reciprocal tariff.
Their tariffs coming through, so we'll have to watch out there. The NASDAQ really lost its way starting at about 10 o'clock. So the market opened up and we started cruising to the long side. We had names like NVIDIA, we had names like Palantir, we had names like Tesla all the way up. And then look what Tesla did at the end of the day. Those of you watching know what Tesla did because we were short. Look at that huge move in the morning on Tesla, 370 to 380, straight up $10, and then whoops to the downside as we'll hit a little bit of a fail on the whole market as tariff talks once again come through. And yeah, there's meeting with the Prime Minister from Japan as well, sent shares of U.S. steel up, down, and around all afternoon. And this is what Adair is talking about. You never know when the news is going to hit, especially your stocks. Uranium stocks today, I don't know, was there a headline potentially that we missed on uranium today?
That I'm aware of. No.
All right, hold on a second. I need to.
Oh, that's why. Natural minerals. Talked about minerals and stuff, but that's all that I really. He said that he and Ukraine may be doing some deal with minerals, but that's all and then Zelensky kind of said the same thing, but that's really all we got on that.
All right, well, we had Oklo up as well today. Nice little push there into $58. Oklo is near its highs. Oh, actually at its highs. This has really been sort of anointed the winner in some of these names here. And of course, Oklo. I was going to see what is the reactors. Okay, so we know this name from C3AI. The guy's name is losing my mind.
C3AI?
Sam Altman.
No, you mean OpenAI.
OpenAI,
and Sam Altman.
What's going on with C3AI these days?
Did you know, though, OpenAI is the co-founder guy, Ilya, he apparently has his own startup that's valued at $2 billion for AI. So you're getting more competition. All these guys leaving OpenAI, going other places.
Right, yeah, yeah, exactly. So C3AI right here and OpenAI. C3AI, obviously not the same name. I'm surprised that this hadn't really run a little bit more since its inception, but C3AI, not a bad stock there today. You know what stock we never look at anymore? GameStop. That's why it's not doing much. Ooh, down to the 200 period moving average. All right, maybe this stock wakes up at some point there. GameStop. All right, but let's go back on track here, what we're talking about. All right, so some interesting names today that we had talked about earlier. We did have ELF. That was a big name that missed yesterday. Some other earnings names. We'll go out with Amazon there. Nice move into the print. Bad print, right? Right to the downside there, 229. We'll see if it still holds that 50-period moving average. I am nowhere worried at all about Amazon. It's been a nice move up. You will have to take a little bit of a bath on that if you were trading it ahead of earnings. But Adair, as you know, we always talk about Amazon and some of these plays. You don't necessarily want to get long or short into the earnings report. We don't have any idea what's going to go on. But if you look at Google, Microsoft, they kind of led the way there for Amazon. We knew it was going to be a bad cloud possibility there for the big ones, right? The big CapEx spenders there. But then you get a little name like Cloudflare that kind of goes the other way. This name, again, very similar setup, right? I mean, it was bouncing off the 50-period moving average that they came out with a much better report, up 17% there. So not all is doomed in the cloud. Google, I thought, was red today, obviously, with the NASDAQ down 3.5%. So they're trying to break that shelf also. What a name that did break the shelf was Tesla. And again, that's too bad because there it was right there. We do not hold that 370. When you don't hold 370, you do get a downside push into those lows, now 362. We want to make sure that everybody does one thing, and that is, of course, like and subscribe. But at the end of the day, and here's everybody in the chat right now, who's going to win, Chiefs or Eagles? Wow, it's the same 52% right there. Make sure you do vote. We do have a big release. Again, it's a new video. It's a new kind of a style, highly produced video. Go check it out right there. RSI coming through. Neil, myself, Sharif, no, Brendo on that one. So, yeah, more videos to come out. We're really excited about that. If you have to watch the RSI one, we'll have a VWAP one. We'll have an SMA one coming out as well. So we're going to try to give more education as we keep on getting. Not only are you, I think a cool one would be a news one with you.
Oh,
so
a news
like
video?
different, yeah, like different sources that you look at.
Yeah.
And maybe like what triggers key stories, words like Trump, words like tariffs, things like that.
That's
that should
a good
be,
idea.
Yeah, that should be a heck of a lot of fun. So over 3,800 watching right now. What do you want to talk about before we go on to something else?
Yeah, I mean, I want to show here, Palantir, we're going to talk about earnings. So Palantir was a huge earnings winner. I just made this graphic here because Palantir eclipsed 250 billion in market cap for the first time. And also here, they're now part of the top 50 names in the S&P 500. So that is a top 10% of the SPY index that they only joined less than 6 months ago, believe it or not. So there's Palantir. It's actually higher market cap than names like Cisco, Accenture, IBM, Morgan Stanley, and McDonald's, Adobe, so it's really winning here in market cap. This is going to contextualize against market cap share alongside some of these other heavy hitters. So had a lot of fun making this. Check it out on X at TTV Research. I have another graphic on Palantir's market cap since earnings that I believe Sean showed on the show as well.
Yeah.
So lots of fun with this.
Yeah, I like the one that, we'll get that up again. I really think that's important to understand, like, sort of the rise that Palantir's had, and then let's not expect that every single day is going to be like one of these amazing days for PLTR.
No.
It's just, you know, this is the daily chart. Honestly, the market cap that this thing has gained in less than a year, this is February right here. This is February of 24, $16. So like we talk about, like Fabian was sitting at that exact desk last year at this time. I was right up here at this time, and we were talking about Palantir. Sometimes you have to believe in names, and when you do, you can ride these. Nice move. I do think it's getting a little bit overextended, obviously, with a PE northbound of 200. You got to watch out for Palantir. Actually, I think we might even have the PE on here somewhere. No, it's not on here. Right now, Palantir, what? It doesn't have a negative EPS, so we'll figure that out. I don't know what's going on there. There it is, 110, nice move upside, giving back a little bit. It did not have a nice move at the end of the day. It did get faded there at the end of the day on Palantir. We had wrote down on our sticky note today that we liked 111. So if you want to see how I traded Palantir today, that's Rigetti, Mom Spaghetti, 1280 right there for Rigetti. Palantir today, it actually starts at 111, ends at 111. So what goes up must come down, I guess, for PLTR. Here's 111 this morning, boom, boom, boom. Nice upside moves into 115 and change. I like that one. How was your trading today, by the way? I didn't.
Yeah, it was not a good trading day for me. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. But I think the thing that started off that I learned a lot from was, so I actually got really heavily slipped in Tesla right when we had the economic number. And by that, I mean I lost more than half of what I was, or double like what I was trying to lose. So it was pretty massive. It was not good. I learned a lot from it, though. Don't be in trades during these economic numbers. And like the thing is, I always feel like I learn when I'm interacting with the market. So I feel like I'm able to give better news too because I'm a little bit involved. So anyways, that's it's not a great day, but I'm excited to learn and grow. And also my X is still locked out, but I think I'm probably going to make a new account. So stay tuned for that. And I will give you guys the link once I make that account. Been pretty busy with earnings season, but once that cools down, there should be a new Trader TV Adara related X account where I can continue to show my trades and what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Disappointed in that because you had worked hard on that account in the first place and can't believe it's shut down, but we'll figure that out.
I don't
even know why.
Elon, help me out, bro. Help me out. You're one of the Doge guys over there, keeping them their jobs when they get fired. So
you're just too mysterious.
I'm just one woman asking for help.
There. Yeah, exactly. All right. Look, today earlier on during the midday, I'm not sure exactly when this announcement came, but Uber rallied midday after Bill Ackman. But the thing is, it's like, Uber was already, so someone got a word of this. It broke through $70. Bill Ackman comes out midday and announces that he has accrued 30 million shares?
Yes. So the thing I want to say, too, with this is a lot of people were saying it was 33 million. The number was 30 million, but it was circulating around. I mean, it's still a lot of shares. But also with Bill, and I said this when I reported the news, you know this. He has a tendency to pump stocks when he wants to help himself out. This is what happened with Fannie Mae, where he's like, yeah, we've been down really badly on Fannie Mae, but also it's a great opportunity. Yeah, like he name dropped actor Edward Norton.
What?
In this announcement. Yeah, which I don't know if he's like, oh yeah, Edward Norton showed me Uber, and since then I've been in love with the company a million years ago. I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't really.
Edward Norton?
Yeah, really random name drop.
We also don't know the price he's long at.
No, well, he said mid-January, so you could figure it out. He was actually pretty transparent about that.
Okay, good.
So maybe a little less pumpy than some of his pumps, but regardless, I cannot believe I used the word pumpy on TV, but regardless, the point I'm trying to make is like, I think with Bill Ackman, you have to be very aware of his pretty blatant pump history.
30 million shares.
It's roughly $2 billion, that's what people said.
Right.
Yeah.
A $2 billion position?
I mean, now more probably because it's...
Yeah. I mean, that's, again, the account sizes that these guys manage in their funds is absolutely unbelievable. And these guys are pumpers and dumpers, but, they do justify it. They put out a lot of work, too. So if you can probably go to Bill Ackman's Twitter account and find out, and I have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac up here, they put work together. There's slides explaining what they think. So it's not like, sure, I do feel like it is. We talk about the market being rigged, and I think this is part of it. But at the same time, if you do put up the work and you can justify what your opinion is, you're allowed to have an opinion, and that's what free market and capitalism is all about. So we'll wait to see what winds up happening. Someone could come out with an opposite piece as well. So we'll wait to see that. Today's move, we already talked about uranium. That's a nice one. FXI, I mean, still remains to be strong. I feel like with China, we did get some news on PDD midday as well. I do feel like with China, you are going to be able to get some, I mean, it doesn't look like it moved too much around there, some concessions probably made in the tariff space. We're going to wait to see if there are some negative headlines coming out next week, as we did talk about some more announcements, as President Trump has made perfectly clear that he's not about to stop anytime soon talking his book and talking policy, right? And so I think with FXI in China, I think that's really important. I have to actually find the Mexican ETF. I think that could be something as well. We could watch out for, you know what you should put on your money talks? Maybe the peso. That could be very, very
really
interesting to watch. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think with China, you have to keep in mind the fact that Trump has given us no timeline on the Xi talks, and even he keeps moving it back. Like, we heard from both the White House and his trade advisor saying, oh yeah, Trump is going to be chatting today with Xi. Then Trump saying it'll happen at some point. Now he's saying it'll probably happen.
Right. So
he really, like, the fact that he keeps pushing back these talks with China on tariffs is a little interesting to me. I think we'd like at least an ETA, because he gave us an ETA with Japan. He said they're going to be talking on Monday or Tuesday. So I think the fact we don't have an ETA with Xi, on the Xi talks makes FXI, KWeb all a little bit right now. But apparently we actually had Hang Seng hit a bull market last night. So I mean, I think China's pretty strong, but that's likely because of the DeepSeek. And
China just reopened up from Lunar New Year.
Yes.
So they were missing some of those plays. The whole week. So that right there. Look, it was a pretty nasty overall day as far as sectors are concerned. I mean, we could sort of blow this up. Oops, I just pulled it out. Here it is right here. This is the negative ETF watch list that I wanted to show you right now from Trade Ideas, as we'll sort of make this look a little bit nasty on our screen right now. Again, as you can click on here, discretionary. Maybe if I click and we can sort of look over here at the daily chart. So again, consumer discretionary. A lot of these names are going to be near the highs, but we did fade back out today. The one that's interesting me the most is XLF is still at highs. XL, of course, is the financial ETF with lower rates. Possibly not in the future, as we'll wait to see. We might not get any rate hikes. Banks continue to really perform well. And if the environment's going to stay status quo, I think it continues to work. I mean, XLF, just absolutely monstrous. Love that space for sure. The industrial space is another one that I can get behind right now at the 50-period moving average. John Deere and Caterpillar, some nice names there as well. Real estate, we'll figure out what's going on with mortgages right now, but XLRE, still, they all look pretty good. The name that I like the most, I don't know about the most, we'll put this back in right there, XBI. I like the biotech space. We know we've been getting hit with Moderna. We know that RFK is going to be a little bit of a problem as he sits there. I feel like this is a good one with rates remaining where they are. Obviously, we'd like lower rates. I think eventually rates go lower. We may have to wait out on XBI. I'm not necessarily buying anymore, but I will be more interested down here near $85, $90. AbbVie today had some movements. Look at this stock. This is a nice one. I own this name. Movements there to the downside, though, today, down 1.23%. And then we did have some Moderna news. We always get people asking us about Moderna.
They're reporting on Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be a big one. I want to get that graphic, too, next week's
I'll get that up right now.
Reports.
I have the Palantir up one right now.
All right, you want to go over that? So Palantir, when you're looking at this graphic, I think it's important to understand that as you can see, look at some of these names, man. Salesforce, Chevron as they go, Coca-Cola, Cisco. I mean, that's Cisco. What we're sort of right beside right now, Wells Fargo and Cisco, book ending Palantir. Like, those are two names that have been in the market for 50 plus years. Like, maybe not Cisco that long, but maybe.
I mean, Cisco was at one point the largest name in the world.
Right, exactly. You're right.
I think huge to remember.
Yeah, back in the dot-com bubble there. And then IBM still hovering there. I mean, how old is that name as we continue to go? Palantir was just a thought in the dark when IBM was releasing some of their, what was the name of the IBM droid or AI that was in jeopardy? HAL 9000? No, it wasn't HAL.
That sounds like a Space Odyssey.
It must have been 20 years ago that Jeopardy, it was like they're two big guys against in AI.
Really?
And it was really cool. People in the chat would, Watson, okay. All I had to do was look down there. What's up, Bilbo Bag Holder? Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I like IBM. IBM actually has a dividend. This is one of like the original OGs that I was buying. It hadn't done a lot for a long time, but come over to the screen now. That's cool. I just want to show everybody really the epic rise of Palantir. Like that graphic 1 year ago was 10% of that. Like Palantir right now at 250 billion. A year ago, we just showed you the chart, was sub 50 billion. So you know what can happen in a short period of time is amazing, especially in this market. Look at this monthly chart. Can I go back that far on IBM? Let me call up a monthly chart here. Might take a minute. Look at this. It did absolutely nothing, guys. IBM did nothing from 2018 all the way. This one reminds me of Intel. If you sat in this during one of the biggest bull rises in tech, you know, when this is happening, you have Meta, you have NVIDIA, you have any of the other names that I'm missing here, Google, Apple, all the Mag 7s just went so crazy from 2018 to 2023. Once you finally broke out, it kind of looks like GLD a little bit, right? As gold kind of, again, does absolutely nothing here, breaks out, barcodes again, breaks out. These are monthly charts. You have to remember, if you're playing the long game, you're going to want to just buy pretty much every single dip in the market. Look at the SPY. This goes all the way back to 10. Like, sure, you're going to get epic collapses, right? In 08 and 19, I don't have 08 on here, but with COVID, and then again with the crash, and then now straight to the upside, back up there with some of these names. So I think as long as you're young and you sort of want to be passively invested, I think some of these ETFs are the way to go. Just quickly, we can go with so many names. If you want to interrupt at any time, we can do that.
I mean, I have the earnings board if you want for next week.
Okay, let's do next week in just a minute. I want to talk about what was this week. This week, we did not have a great report from the NASDAQ heavy names. We got hit by Tesla, downside. We actually heard a comment that Tesla was its worst week in a while there. I don't know if that was true or not,
I
but
can look at that.
Definitely worst week in a year. You don't have to. Worst week in a year there. But let me just zoom in here a little bit. Like that? No, like this. So we had Microsoft down today, down 1.5%, Google down 3%, NVIDIA, the bright spot, up 0.9% today. So NVIDIA helping out again. All the major CapEx spend seems to hurt the names individually. So you have Amazon reporting yesterday, that big CapEx number. Well, NVIDIA likes that. Why? Because the spend is going there. So we'll watch out for NVIDIA. You know, Tom Lee, we talk about Dan Ives. A lot of these guys are still very positive in the tech space despite some of these pullbacks. So today, Apple down, Microsoft down, Google down, Meta slightly up, Oracle up. So some of the green names, what's this little green name in there? TDG, okay, that's a good one. And then Arista Networks as well, upside today with your girlfriend there, Eli Lilly.
Yes,
there as we keep on talking about, Miss Lilly, I should say, coming into play there as well. So you still trade Eli Lilly?
Yeah, I mean, Lilly had earnings yesterday, so I was certainly involved in watching that. There were a couple of good moves. The thing with Lilly, I find there's been even more slippage lately. You have to be careful. You have to try your levels. I tried it again as well today. Didn't work out, but I'm like, if you have plans, like the thing is trading should not be emotional, right? So if you have plans, if you execute the plans, then you did what you're supposed to do.
Agreed. 100%.
And obviously it's better when things go well, but you know, you have to, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and you learn from every shot you do. So that's what I have to say. Also, Tesla, I did look it up. It's our worst week since October 7th,
really?
2024. I used TradingView to find that out. So yeah, you just kind of look at like the weeks, and it tells you what percentage of the weeks we were. We were down 10% this week, and this is our earnings calendar. So Monday, McDonald's. We've got Tuesday here, Humana, Coca-Cola, Shopify. Pretty big evening for Tuesday. Supermicro doing something on Tuesday night. I'm not sure what, but they're doing something on Tuesday night. It might be earnings. Then we have DoorDash. We've got Upstart. We've got Lyft Wednesday morning. Not a huge one, but Wednesday night, Robinhood, Cisco, Reddit, and then you and I on Thursday night are going to bring them Roku, Twilio, Coinbase, Airbnb, DraftKings, Applied Materials, and Palo Alto Networks. So it's a pretty big earnings week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's wild there. Let's talk about a name there, McDonald's, just really quickly. It's going to happen on Monday morning. So what to possibly expect from McDonald's? You know, the chart doesn't look too huge at all. We did get a little bit of a miss from Chipotle. We saw them go to the downside, but we also saw Starbucks go to the upside. So some comparable there is probably more like a Starbucks. We could see Yum Brands, which is KFC. Look at this beat there on earnings for Yum Brands. So they go to the upside. So a little bit of a look at McDonald's here. Think they could win. They did recently get a little bit of a bigger value menu as well. So I think that could be something. Another one isn't Wendy's. Wendy's was really funny, man, because wow, okay, all right. Wendy's, I remember during the GameStop meme craze, Wendy's was a name that a lot of people were trading because of chicken tendies.
Oh, also maybe because of Wen Moon. You know, people say Wen Moon, so I feel like they spell it W-E-N, right? So there's a couple of different reasons I could see Wendy's running.
You weren't watching the market, I don't think, back then.
No, I was still in university.
Adara, like, if you think that this market is wild, if you were on this desk
Yeah.
when we had what was going on during COVID, like you had GameStop halting up like 100%, 200%, 500%. And then, oh my God, GameStop is running. Well, what's going on with now BlackBerry, or what's going on with AMC? What's going on with, I mean, insert name here.
And then Robinhood IPO'd around then too, right? Because I watched the Dumb Money movie, so I like know some of what happened in the
Robinhood would have been after all of that because
Yeah,
there was,
'cause they IPO'd
there was pushback from that. But yeah, names like a SoFi and just different names that were going absolutely insane during those periods. I think we can get back to that, and I think we're close to right now. So a name that I really like that I want to do some work on over the weekend, honestly, is Baby Palantir.
I like that.
I like Big Bear AI. I mean, honestly, I was reading about them. Custom computer programming services, right there. Data-driven decision dominance, advanced analytics, competitive advantage, right there. So again, it's very similar Foundry system like what Palantir has, where you can just sort of input your data and then it spits it right back out. They did get that contract with the Department of Defense, I believe, yesterday, and then Stargate talk as well. So Big Bear AI. The only thing about this is, we brought this to your attention on the PM show, and I like Big Bear. We traded it the other day. This was such a great break of $5. I'm wondering about this name, the short floats. I haven't used this platform in a minute. We don't even have there it is, 21%.
21.
Yeah, so a little bit of a savage play right here coming through on Big Bear AI.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is what we're doing here. But let's go to a weekly chart on it. I just want to show people that we are running in. Let's go, is that right? Yeah, let me go to a monthly for this just to see, because I can't remember how far it goes back. Okay, so we'll do a weekly, looks a little bit better. You're just running into levels that we've seen before on Big Bear AI. So we've been here at $10. So I would say be pretty careful with all of that to see where we're going. Mr. Brian Shannon taught me that you can actually drop an anchor at its IPO. So I'm going to try to do that right now. There's the anchor. We'll just drop it right here on the IPO, and we'll see that, yeah, the Knights, wow. I mean, it did hold right there at 240. Now we're nowhere near. Big Bear AI. Again, like the stock, I think this is something that we have to watch out for. Earnings, March 12th. So they're still to come here on BBAI. All right, Dare, plans this weekend?
Not hard plans that I'm aware of. He'll probably do some writing, trying not to sleep, because I think that was what led to some exhaustion today and this week. So, trying to not stay awake, but sleep appropriately. And probably get some stuff done, maybe go for some walks. What about you?
Nice. When we talk about writing, what are we writing?
I do like screenplays on my on my spare time.
Are you looking for a lead actor?
I mean, I haven't filmed anything yet. That's the goal, right?
Don't look over here.
Okay, don't look over here. But yeah, no, I've been working on some stuff, and I'm also doing this kind of short-term contest in a couple weeks as well, so I'm trying to prepare for that. So
because I know there's this really well-built mustache Egyptian gentleman that could be a good actor at some point if you did want that. Sharif, of course.
The ripped Egyptian, as I think you guys called him once.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I never heard of that. That's actually.
I think you and Neil.
I want to get this guy on screen over here right now, because we talked about. I was wondering why when I came over here, the very first stock, and some of it is just all psychological. Out of nowhere, remember I called up GameStop?
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just see. I was like, let's just see what GameStop is doing randomly. Remember? And it was down here at the 200 period moving average. Well, now, there you go. Now you're going to see why. Yeah, what's up? What's up, guys?
I noticed that too, because I went to the bathroom, I came back, and he's standing there by the bell with the headband. I was like, yes.
That was great. He looks exactly like
he's got to get those candies.
Keith Gill over there. Yeah. So shout out to that. All right, John Manzoni. We're not doing roll call yet, but we're going to do it very, very soon. Absolutely loves Adair. Get her back on the desk. I mean, desk on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a desk, always on some desk, and following the markets. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for stocks ever, tag me. I try my best to look at them. So good.
All right, here we go. Thank you to Easy Peasy. He says, Sean and Adara are your favorites. So we want to thank you for that. You're our favorite too, Easy Peasy. So thank you to all that. Miss Human Algo and Mr. Super Trader.
Nice.
All right, we'll take it. But I'm definitely not a super trader. Getting in 100+ guests to your Penthouse Super Bowl party. I mean, where's the invite?
That is a massive party.
100 plus guests in the penthouse for Eerie Pages. So,
Easy
yeah,
peasy, I think, yeah.
Or easy peasy, sorry. Easy peasy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, we're going to put some money together. We are going to be donating to charity because there's going to be a push-up. Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
There's a push-up challenge.
Oh, I think you guys announced this while
Yeah.
Trump was in my ear, so all I could hear was
That's
Trump.
what I'm saying. You're busy.
Yeah, so I
You're
missed
busy
a lot
these
of
days.
that.
It's going to be Joe and Sharif, a midday push-up challenge for charity. The winning contestant gets to donate to charity.
I like that.
And I don't know. We haven't discussed this, but we'll see if Trader TV can match or put up something there, real trading as well. So we're going to do something for charity coming up, also to celebrate 500,000 guests, subscribers as well. All right, man. What's been really important for us right here?
Oh, it's up.
Yeah, we do have this. Is it up right now? Yeah. So right here, here's Brendan. Look where we paused this on. Right here, Brendan, like, what's the matter? There's the RSI video. Go get it right here. Here it is. I've already looked it up. We're looking it up right now. Already, we'll like it. The link is now in the chat. Watch how this goes right there.
RSI?
Look at the quality right now on this one. Brendan's trying to explain this to you. Overbought, oversold. It will flip back and forth. This is, I mean, we're really proud of this. Look at this. Relative strength. And speak of Sharif right here. So as we go, lots of awesome stuff there. We're really proud of it. Go check it out. It is your brand new RSI videos. So we're going to be having many more of these out, including VWAP videos, SMA videos, volume, just straight volume, price action, charting related education videos. This video now up on our Trader TV Live webpage. Go find it now. It is, trust me on that. If you have not seen this video yet, go click it. It's right here, right now. It's in the chat. Thanks, Bears vs. Bulls. I will tweet this out as well.
Yes.
We'll put it out on Trader TV Research. We'll put it out everywhere. Go make sure you do find us.
Yeah, I'll get that link.
Right
I'll post
now,
on Trader TV Research
immediately,
right
because
now.
you want to do a quick little stock blitz?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, in the chat, give us a couple names right now. If you super chat, you're more likely to get seen. We have 2 minutes. This is like lightning round. When I was doing this by myself for a couple months there, I was just like, let's do lightning round. Let's shout out to Jim Cramer, and let's see if anybody has anybody. Oh, look at this. Look at this handsome gentleman right here on the video. Wow, Neil, looking good right there. Yeah, so go find it here. Good explanation. This video is hot fire. I can tell you that right now. Can't wait to watch it myself. We've just seen the clips of it, so that'd be really nice. All right, so what do we want to talk about? Google, Tesla, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Tilray. All right, that is it. Stock blitz now over. We're going to take that.
You just name the stocks.
Yeah, no. I'm going to look at them all, but I've already picked them all. Tesla, Fannie Mae, Tilray, and I want to give you Eli Lilly. Go call up the Eli Lilly chart. I'm going to get Adara's analysis on those. I do want to talk about Fannie Mae. All right, Fannie Mae, a great stock. I like the name. There's a lot of traders around here that are invested in Fannie Mae. Again, it's a play on Donald Trump. There was talk about Fannie and Freddie again with the big dividend. We talked about Bill Ackman. He's the one championing this play. Go find Bill Ackman. There's a PDF out explaining his position and what they think can happen there by unlocking some value now, as Trump may bring this back to market and give a special dividend. Figure out sitting on a lot of cash is Fannie Mae. If you're going to look here at a weekly chart for Fannie Mae, you're going to see this right there. We've had this move before back in 18 and 19 where we had similar talks. It got up to $4 then. Right now seems much overextended for Fannie and Freddie. So that's a talk there. Look, Tesla was one of those names again. On a weekly, you look fine for Tesla, but we talked about this on the chart. I'm not a fan of what Tesla's been doing here over the last little while. Because this is sort of stock blitz and rapid fire, what we have to talk about is the positive and negatives. Positive, robo-taxi. Positive, Elon Musk. I think that you always want to get behind this guy. Negative, Elon Musk's attachment to Donald Trump, I think is a negative.
Did you see his tweet?
I didn't see any tweets, but that's another part about it is that you're going to get now caught up where a lot of investors may not want to be involved with Tesla because of the association with the new with President Trump. And again, we know that the United States is very split on Democratic, Republican in those opinions. So I don't want to get him caught up in that, but he already is too late. So for me, let Tesla settle down. I like the stock in 340. I like the name. The other one that was on there, again, you know what? We just talked. I just saw another one. Forget it. I'm not going to talk about Google. We're talking about Rigetti. I bought Rigetti at $6 right here. sold it the next day at 9. I thought we were doing pretty good getting 50%. That seems to have been a mistake as we barcoded up here into $14. Barcoding means just going like this. So right now you're kind of going between 12 and 14. I like the stock, I like Quantum, but I think it's better to wait for that report March 6th. Let's see if they're actually making some money. I believe that it will be something to watch out for. That is Rigetti. What do you think on Eli Lilly? And then we're out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull it up here in my trading view because I actually have like lines drawn on this, but basically there was a couple levels I was looking for earnings yesterday for Lilly. I wanted to see what it did at 8.88. I wanted to see what it did there at 8.60, and I wanted to see 8.46. And actually, Eli Lilly earnings day one gave us all of these. Like, look at this. I drew this line pre-market, this 8.88 line. Look where we reject. Look where we try to break out not once, but twice today with higher lows. So I think next week, if we get an 8.88 breakout, I think that's beautiful. And just so you guys see why I love this level, I'm going to put up the 30-minute chart and show you, like, look at this. And this is why I like 860 as well. You have the bounce off 860. You get to 860 rejected on earnings day one on their last report. And then this 846 level is also pretty interesting to me as well. There's a little bit of chop and churn on this between the earnings reports we get there yesterday and we bounce. So 846, 860, and 888 have been levels for me on Lilly. I want to see if we end up getting that 921, 21, 21 next week.
All right, great job there. We know Dara's been looking at Eli Lilly, so take those levels for what they're worth there because we know that she's been looking at it. It's roll call time. I do want to talk about this. Kirk Brooks says, Sean, you don't like trumpet shows. It has nothing to do with that. We try to stay politically neutral here. Whether or not I actually think that a more aggressive president actually speaking on the economy and things like that is beneficial to traders because of volatility in the market. So for that, I think it's great. We didn't see a lot of these moves when Biden was there. So I like it. I think it's great for the stock market. And I like the fact that Trump is the president of the stock market, self-declared. So we'll have to wait to see.
That is true.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, we keep our political opinions away because it's not that important. We're here to trade. So it's roll call. Let's find out who's there. We just showed you out Kirk. Trade Forever is here as well. I do agree, man. I think Saquon Barkley's going to have a big game coming this. You know, that he's a running back of the Eagles. Should be good there. Smokey Love as well. Canna Club. What's up, Canna Club in Chicago there? Juan Padilla says 21. William Knight is here as well. Axel's here. Mike Breeze is here. Anybody catching your...
yeah, I mean... Yep. We had Kun Zahara earlier today with the super chat that said game. So shout out to you, Kun Zahara, and shout out to the Super Bowl game. We've got Nephew with a capital P in the chat. We have Ari Pages in the chat. M. Stone, Bizbot, Damian Tarza, Smokey Love, Michael Spadafora, D'Lo Volkin. As always, I do have to thank Bears versus Bulls for everything he does for this community because we cannot get here without our fabulous moderator. Thank you to Fabian, Andre Ramin, Sean, Neil, Sharif, Joe, Brendan, Obi in the back there. Oh boy, what a team! And what a run.
We haven't taken vacation in a minute. We've been missing out on Obi, so maybe I'll just take a day off.
Yeah, just a week. Yeah, because people are like, "Where's Obi?" And everyone in the chat's like, "Where's Obi at?"
Yeah, I'll take a day off, and we'll have Obi and Neil there, the dream team, maybe one day next week.
He's not there.
He's not there. Where's Obi?
Oh boy.
Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Oh no.
Trade secrets.
Obi's gone. Oh my God, he's not even on the bridge.
He's definitely here though. His computer's still logged in.
Where's Obi? It's okay. It's fine. All right, let's go. All right, thank you so much for watching. Dare just wrapped it up. All right, let's get that out of here because we have one more thing to do. We'll get that chat out there. Thank you so much for watching. All 2,500 of you that stayed late. We had been setting records all week. We're going to continue to do that next week as well. So join us. It's going to be a big week with earnings. Lots of stuff happening. Thanks so much for joining us. May all your winners be profitable ones, or may all your bets be profitable ones for Super Bowl. That is for sure. All right, Adara, this is one of the vegetables that's going to get eaten a lot this weekend. It's a potato.
Sure. And it's a potato chip.
And it's potato chips. Yeah, exactly. Oh, tortilla chips, corn chips too.
Corn chips.
So that maybe. How do we do a corn? We can't really do a husk of corn. Okay. Thank you so much. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Cheers.